a la
to name a
Minecon.
few, but I'm also known in the community
Así
for
que
my innate
vamos a
ability
ver
to
la
break
Minecon.
the game. Randomly, for no reason whatsoever, it just
Dejan
happens
20
completely
minutitos
out of my
todo el
control,
episodio.
completely out of my hands. I've had so many
Encender la
bugs
luz.
and glitches happen to me that it's become this running joke on my channel, and it's hilarious. Now, this year has actually been a pretty exciting year. I was able to participate in one of the Minecraft championships, and I also made a ton of new friends playing Minecraft Dungeons. That was pretty cool and awesome.
No he
But
probado
today
todavía el
I'm here
Minecraft
at the
Dungeons.
Minecraft Live community pre-show to
Me
talk to
apetece,
you
en
all
algún
about
momento
something
lo
very exciting:
probaré.
the mob voting process. Turns out
Pero no
that
sé, cuando lo
Minecraft is
anunciaron
bringing
tenía
3
muchas
new
ganas y
mobs for
luego
all of us to check out
se
and
me
get to
fueron
know.
quitando, ¿no? No
We
sé muy
have
bien
the
por qué.
Bloom from Minecraft Earth, the Iceologer from Minecraft Dungeons, and last but certainly not
Vamos a ver.
least, the Glow Squid, a mysterious new mob that's also from Minecraft
Me
Earth.
encanta que lo anuncien
But you
como
may
si
be
fuesen la
wondering which
polla,
one's going
cuando
to be added
podrían
to the
añadir
game.
los tres,
Well,
que
that's
son
up to
una
you,
puta
the
cagada de
community,
mobs.
to decide. Because throughout the
Porque
show, all of you are going to be able
le
to
voy a
vote
bajar
for
un
your favorite
poquito,
mob on the Minecraft Twitter
porque
page
me estoy
as
quedando
long
puto
as you're
solo.
signed in. There's also going to be multiple
Vale.
voting rounds, so
Que
make
digo,
sure
podrían
to
añadir
keep
los
an eye
tres
on the
porque los
vote,
tres son
because
una
things can
subunidad de
change very
mobs
quickly, and we need to make sure that the
que son
best
copias de
mob
otros,
wins.
cambiándoles la
And
skin.
that one, in my opinion, is the
Y
Glow
no
Squid.
tienen nada
Because
especial, o
that's the one
sea,
that I'm rooting
es que
for,
podrían
and that's
añadirlos
the one that I'm going to be
perfectamente.
voting for.
Pero como
And
las
you know what's going
votaciones
to
pues
be
le
it
dan
for
así
me,
como
but
hype y
be sure
tal,
to stick
pero
around to find out more about these brand new
digo, ya
Minecraft
está.
mobs.
Thanks, Marielle. Well, I just want to say I actually want all the mobs if that's even possible.
La
Can
silla
we
igual
get
que la
that?
mía, ¿no?
Now, one of
Ah,
my
no.
favorite things
Parece,
this
pero
year
no.
to come to Minecraft
No.
is the 1.16
Mismo color.
Nether update. There wasn't much to do in the Nether, in my personal opinion, and this update, I think everyone enjoyed it. Me personally, I was already a little bit afraid of the Nether, but now I'm even more scared, but in a good way.
La
It makes me
galletita.
want to go there, makes me want to do
Tanto
things, and
ricas
there's
son veganas.
so much that you can do in the Nether, and the fact that this is the
Yo no
same
soy vegano,
game,
pero mi hermana
they
sí.
make the updates so great that it feels
Así que
like
le
a
robo
whole new
galletas.
game, and you get that whole new experience all over again. But that's just my story. But here are some more stories from a few creators and friends around the world.
Hello everyone, my name is Gemini Tay. I am a Minecraft builder and content creator
Espero que no
on
se
both
escuche mucho
YouTube and Twitch. I
a
love
mí
using
comiendo galletas.
Minecraft as a platform to create art, and this year I have had a particularly amazing time doing so. I was invited to the early access beta for Minecraft with RTX on Windows 10 edition, and oh my gosh, it was incredible. Minecraft with RTX
Una
adds so
mierda.
many new amazing properties to
La
the
versión de
game.
Windows 10
The
no
new
tiene nada.
reflections and
No tiene ni la
light
mitad de cosas de
emissivity is
Java.
incredible. Being
No
able
tiene
to use
mods.
light as a building block in the
Solo
game
tiene
is something
RTX.
I've looked forward to for such
Que
a
no tiene
long
casi
time,
nadie
and
porque
it's
es súper
finally
cara
here.
la
Definitely have
tecnología
had
todavía.
such an amazing time using that to my advantage to create more depth and dimension in my Minecraft worlds.
Está muy guapa, eso sí. Eso se ve de puta madre, no te voy a mentir.
Minecraft pro YouTube há mais de 8 anos e hoje eu vim aqui falar pra vocês as duas coisas que eu mais gostei do update do Nether. Então beleza, estou aqui no meu mundo,
No he jugado
onde
todavía.
eu jogo no modo sobrevivência, não uso
Llevo
o
bastante
criativo
sin
pra
jugar al
nada. E
Minecraft
como uma pessoa que joga muito
y me apetece.
Minecraft mesmo, uma das coisas que eu mais gostei do update do Nether foram os blocos novos.
De hecho, me descargo un
Então,
pack
se
de
você
mods
der uma olhada aqui,
de la
tem um
1.16 y lo voy a
portal
empezar.
que vai pro meu Nether,
Hoy igual no,
utilizando os
porque a
novos
las 7 he quedado,
blocos.
pero
Cara, é sério, eu fiquei apaixonado
mañana
nas
seguro que sí.
possibilidades que a 1.16 trouxe pra gente no termo de criação, cara. Esse fogo azul e essa Blackstone são muito lindos e dá pra você fazer
Me encanta porque son cosas
totalmente diferentes de antes.
que ya
E passando
llevan
pra nossa
siglos en
segunda
Minecraft con
coisa,
mods.
nós chegamos nos novos biomas. E isso eu acho
Pero
que é uma coisa
siglos.
que a gente focou muito em tentar
Y
deixar
toda la
o
gente
jogo
como,
mais
oh,
vivo.
son las mods y tal, pero yo es que
Cara,
esto lo
pra quem
llevo
joga
viendo.
Minecraft há muitos anos, é muito divertido olhar o
Y el Nether de
que
esta
já
forma,
conhece de
bueno,
uma
a ver, un
forma
poco
tão
distinto, no exactamente
diferente
igual, ¿no?
assim.
Pero muy parecido. Hay mods que lo cambiaban y lo ponían igual.
A Minecraft YouTube content creator and Twitch streamer. My favorite memory from Minecraft this year has got to be when we defeated the Ender Dragon for the
Encima mods
very
que
first
funcionan de
time.
puta madre,
I
no
have
crashea casi
never
nunca.
seen this fight
No es como otros
before
juegos
and
que a lo
had no
mejor,
idea what to expect.
bueno,
We spent hours and
al principio
hours
sí.
preparing and
Había que hacer un
defeated the
poco de
Ender
virguerías para
Dragon
instalar
our
mods, pero no
first
tanto como
try
otros juegos. Y
in
ahora
about
mismo es súper
15
fácil.
minutes. It was
Hay packs de
so
mods
much
súper
fun.
currados, con mods muy
I
buenos,
cannot wait to see
que
what
no crashean
Minecraft has in
nunca.
store for us this
Eso
year.
sí, consumen un poquito de RAM, pero porque es Java. Es lo que tiene. Me ha llenado de migajas de galletas. Pero bueno, que sigue. Que me quejo de lo de los mods y tal, que lleva mucho tiempo, que no se reconoce y tal, pero que está bien que metan cosas. ¿Eso qué es? Se han muerto todas las mismas, ¿no? Me dice esto feo, pero bueno. Hola, paste. Estoy comiendo galletas. Viendo la Minecon, no ha empezado todavía. Aquí nadie, yo. Pero bueno, lo grabo y lo subo a YouTube y ya está. Sí, el Rich, Alex el Capo también lo he visto. Y seguro que hay un montón de gente. Pero lo voy a ver yo porque no me apetece escuchar a esa gente. O sea, al Rich quizás sí, pero al otro es un poco pesado.
In addition to the ceremony, we invited the global class of 2020 to a 2-day music festival with over 60 artists performing back-to-back to celebrate. With the
Aunque
help
bueno,
of some of the
sé
most
que sabe un
talented
montón también del
creators
Minecraft, que
in the
lleva
world,
jugando
we hosted it all
lo mismo que
in a
yo,
reimagined version of Birthday City.
o incluso más, no, más no. Porque yo llevo jugando desde el principio, así que lo mismo que yo.
On top of all of this, we decided to take all this attention we were getting and put it towards a good cause, which is why we partnered with a charity
Pero pesado.
to raise thousands of dollars to support pandemic relief.
Buena jugada. Pero no ha jugado nada, cabrón, ¿no? ¿O sí?
Okay, so we've heard about how 2020's been for a few people within the community, but
Yo es que he jugado
what's
un huevo,
next for
pero
Minecraft? Now there's already a
con
lot
mods.
of things in Minecraft.
Sin
but
mods he
if there was
jugado
one
bastante
thing
menos.
that I would want to see is something that would fly, some type
Ah,
of
bueno,
creature,
está bien, está
maybe
bien.
a monster, and you would be walking out on
Con
just a
mods, sí,
nice
con muchos
sunny
mods.
day, you know, maybe just mining or doing some crafting or in your farm, and next thing you know, something would swoop down, not a phantom, and it would actually pick you up.
Yo no, yo
and take you
veía
to the
al
sky. I
Capo
think that would
cuando
be
hacía las series de
really
mods
cool, but
aquellas.
maybe that will never happen. Now the community has
Y bueno, un
always
montón
speculated
de
what the
gente más
next
que
big
ya
update for
ya no sube
Minecraft
nada.
could be. A new mob, a new boss, a new
A mí me sigue
biome,
encantando.
and as
Tonacho,
you're making your
Tonacho no lo
guesses,
veía tanto, pero
right
también.
now, I would
A Tonacho
assume
y
we're
a,
gonna go ahead and throw some more ideas
y a
in the
Chincheto.
mix.
Well, hello there, Minecraft Live. Good times with Scar here, and I am a content creator and a member of the Hermitcraft server, and I have now been playing
A mí a lo del
Minecraft for
Minecraft.
10 years. This is my 10-year month anniversary, and what better way to celebrate 10 years playing Minecraft but to hang out with you here at Minecraft Live and to speculate on what we'd like to see added to Minecraft. And way back in the day when they added colored glass to the game,
Vamos a
I
ver
thought,
qué
how cool
anuncia.
would it be if these naturally generated
Porque tiene
caves,
tubo, pues no
as if they
sé.
were crystals, just colored crystals
Estará
hanging from the
enfermo de
caves
algo,
just to add a little
supongo.
life, a little energy to
Necesitará
the caves.
asistencia
And
para
I
respirar,
thought
¿no?
that would be fun, but let's take this up a notch. Say we're down in the caves and we break open a wall into
Aunque
a
se le ve gusano, ¿no? La
gigantic
verdad, no sé.
cave with cathedral
No sé.
ceilings, crystals hanging down from the ceilings, and these crystals come in all the variety of
Lo que
colors
estaba
in
diciendo
Minecraft,
antes es
and
que
we pick
desde
out what
hace
we like.
muchísimo
Say we're
tiempo
gonna
las
pick
cosas
out
que
the
están
orange one.
añadiendo
We
ahora,
knock down that
hay un
orange
montón de mods
crystal, and we can
buenísimos
take the
que ya las
fragments of this
ponían.
orange crystal,
Pero es
put
como,
it in a
bueno,
torch,
eso
or
nunca
put
ha
it in a
existido.
lantern, and we are now
Para la
casting
gente eso
orange
nunca ha
light
existido.
in Minecraft. That is right.
Está
We can now
sanísimo,
cast colored light
está
of all
chuto.
varieties in Minecraft via torches or lanterns to add more atmosphere and more design
Por
possibilities
ejemplo,
with our
fuego
builds. Just
azul
imagine your builds
y
now,
la roca
but being
negra las llevo
illuminated
viendo,
with colored
pero
light.
síguelo.
How amazing would that be?
Cosa
Now,
de la
another thing I'd love
1,
to see added to
de
Minecraft
la
is
1.4
some
incluso
way of
antes, ¿sabes?
auto-loading and ejecting music discs from a jukebox. So
Ya.
now we have colored light in the game.
Pero es que hay una comunidad de creadores de mods enorme. Y la verdad es que parece que les da un poco igual, ¿no? A los de Moyen, pero bueno.
And I cannot wait to find out what for real is coming soon.
Que bueno, que ya está, que está bien que añadan cosas. Aunque hay cosas que ya tuviesen, ¿no? Pero está bien. Pero Tifine, no sé cómo coño, todavía no lo han comprado. No lo han comprado y no han añadido el juego a base. No lo entiendo. Como hicieron con Forge, que eso sí que lo tienen comprado, creo. Creo, no estoy seguro.
I wonder what we'd be able to craft. Maybe we'll be able to craft glowing armor. I wonder what
Creo que los
looks
únicos
like
que han
it.
comprado son los de Forge
I'm gonna make it my
¿quién más?
Okay.
Creo que los que hacían el mod de los caballos, que no me acuerdo ahora, el mod criaturas creo que se llamaba.
마인콘 시청자 여러분들,
Esos también los compraron,
저는
creo.
유튜브에서 마인크래프트 채널을
야, un
운영
momentito.
중인
Ahora mismo.
램램이라고 합니다. 저는 8년 동안 마인크래프트를 즐기고 있는 만큼 저에게 있어서 마인크래프트란 제 일상에서 정말 큰 부분을 차지하고 있는데요. 올해도
Ya estoy.
굉장히 많은 콘텐츠를 녹화하고 업로드했는데 그 중에서 야생
와, me estoy enterando de todo.
팬분들이 직접 만들어주신 콘텐츠들이 기억에 많이 남습니다. 마인크래프트에는 여러 바이옴이
Pero sí es
존재하는데
Vector.
그 바이옴
Vectorino.
특색에 맞게 새로운 블록 아이템들과 몹들이 더
Y cosas que llevan siglos
추가됐으면
pidiendo la gente que añadan y no las añaden, es como bueno.
마인크래프트 바다에 더 멋진
Como yo que sé, los filtros para los objetos que lo estaba diciendo antes.
바라고 있습니다.
El señor al capo que entra un momento a su stream. Yo que sé, la mejora de las cuevas. No sé, y añaden, es que en vez de añadir cosas como esas, añaden a 3 mobs de mierda, de los cuales solo va a entrar uno. Y son 3 mobs que son iguales, son copias de otros, con otra skin. No sé yo, ¿eh? Pero eso no lo han anunciado todavía, aparte. ¿Está usted confundiendo? ¿Ah, en serio? Ah, pues a ver si es verdad. Estaría bien. Es que las cuevas en verdad son bastante aburridas. O sea, a mí me gusta porque yo me relajo picando mierdas, ¿no? Pero... Y porque juego con muchos mods y hay más cositas, pero vamos.
Or maybe an oceanic update. That'd be kind of weird, swimming around underground and stuff like that. Anyway, personally, I'm
a ver
hoping
qué meten.
for 2 things. I'm hoping that we'd be able to customize our little character.
Mientras que no sea una actualización como la de las abejas. Que las abejas, pues bueno, molan y tal, pero... pero bueno. Pero tampoco hacían falta, ¿no? Aunque hay un mod de abejas que... Un mod de abejas que es la polla, pero no tienen nada que ver con lo que han metido. El Forestry se llama.
You know, that's a very good point. I wonder what's coming next in Dungeons. Well, I guess we'll have to see. Thank you from
Pero es que la versión de Windows 10 no la juega ni Cristo.
Minecraft Live is just about to start, but we're such a small part of this community.
Es que todo el mundo juega la versión de Java, porque la versión de Windows 10 está súper atrasada y no tiene ni la mitad de las cosas. Y tampoco tiene mods. Claro, es que no... A ver, yo la tengo porque la regalaron. A quien tenía la versión de Java se la regalaron, entonces pues... ¿Qué pasa este hombre? Yo es que no sé, la versión de Windows 10, a lo mejor en un futuro está bien, pero ahora mismo creo que mucho trabajo le tienen que meter para que alguien quiera jugarla. Y le tendrían que permitir claramente meterle mods de alguna manera fácil.
Animales, mobs, hasta puede haber alimento ahí dentro del Nether. Cuando se nos hubiera ocurrido eso.
Perfecto.
Que va a estar muy buena esta actualización que al fin llegó.
¿Que cómo tardan tanto? Pues yo creo que el otro día estuve leyendo por Reddit un señor que decía que se guardan las actualizaciones importantes y tal, se las guardan para cuando el juego está a punto de dejar de jugar gente estilo... Cuando ven que se está dando bajón, ahí meten la actualización tocha. Y bueno, en cierta manera lo puedo entender, pero me da rabia, ¿no? Pero bueno, ya está, o sea, es su juego y se lo follan como quieren, ¿no? Eso es así. Acaba de dar alergia. Perfecto, mejor momento. Bueno, pero es que Java es difícil copiarlo a C. Porque es un lenguaje tan mierder que no es tan fácil, ¿eh? Lo que pasa es que si pusiesen unas 100 personas para trabajar ahí a tope, pues lo podrían copiar todo. Bueno, copiar, que lo tienen que hacer de cero, pero que lo podrían hacer. Sí es difícil, porque si tú lo que haces es copiar el código que está ya hecho y traducirlo, te va a quedar la misma mierda que haya ahora mismo, ¿no? O sea, no tiene mucho sentido. Y tienes que adaptarlo a ese lenguaje. Y no sé, según tengo entendido, lo están haciendo de cero. Y lo que no están copiando directamente. Pero bueno. Yo voy a seguir jugando al Java. Venga, toma por culo. El juego ya está a medias, pues sí. Ya, pero no sé. No. Es que no sé, ya te digo, no sé qué están haciendo. ¿Qué es eso?
La abeja es el
Ya
primer
se estaba jugando con mods.
artrópodo del juego que vuela. Los demás que hay en el juego son el pez de plata.
Me acuerdo que la primera vez que jugué al de Windows 10, que fue hace bastante tiempo ya, no funcionaba ni la redstone, así que... Y este jugando en el móvil en el recreo del patio, pues. O sea, la redstone estaba, pero no funcionaba. Es como, bueno, la puedes poner muy bonita, pero ahí está, ¿no? Todo bien. Jabo Minecraft. ¿Pero qué le pasa a esta gente? ¿A quién están poniendo aquí? Ya quedan 3 minutitos. Ha dicho al principio que van a anunciar algo importante nada más empezar, así que... A ver qué dicen. Jabo Minecraft. Le eché bastante horas al Jabo haciendo su normal cuando era muy pequeño, así. Hasta luego. Son Tokuki la abeja, pero son como, no sé.
Och du är glad, och du är glad. Nu, titta! Ha 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 ha! Fast då har jag också förstört en sån där. Men... Fíjate ragazzi, è tutto nuovo.
Y al Club Penguin, bueno. También jugué con Penguin, pero jugué bastante menos.
Il fuoco blu!
Juego azul, que lleva siglos con los mods. Se sorprende como si fuese aquello. En fin.
El daño y cómo vas creciendo tú como personaje depende de dos cosas.
Buah, quiero jugar a este. En algún momento. ¿Qué le ha pasado a este señor? Está cayendo hacia arriba, ¿no? Se está ahogando en el aire, ¿qué está pasando? ¿Qué le pasa? No, ¿quién es ese hombre?
There they are. Look at them. Oh, they are so cute. And that, right there, ladies and gentlemen, is our first bee nest.
Look at that. I love seeing like the haze, the light beams.
En plan, buscando cosas raras y tal, ¿o qué? Yo al que alguna vez he visto que hacía eso es Rich. Que hacía como ciencias en Minecraft y tal. No lo he visto mucho, pero... Ah, en serio, no me he dado cuenta. Me había reiniciado el chat un momento. Porque va con mucho retraso en mi móvil. Y te estoy leyendo como 3 años más tarde. Vale. Luego no le he dado. Ya empieza. Así me ha dicho. Estoy streameando Twitch y viendo Twitch a la misma vez todo. Vamos a ver. Bueno, desde que lo compró Microsoft, la verdad es que se han puesto las pilas, eso sí que es verdad. A ver si pasa lo mismo con Bethesda. Pues este no lo he visto nunca todavía. Desde la 1.14 creo, no juego. O de la 1.15 o algo así. ¿Qué es? Una llave. Mira el zorrillo. Qué cuco. Sí, sé que se llama Street y que los puedes montar y tal. Mira, ese es uno de los nuevos mods que quieren meter. El pulpillo ese. Que no sirve para nada. Da tinta igual, da tinta de mierda.
Hello and welcome to Minecraft Live 2020. I'm Lydia Winters, your host and chief storyteller for Mojang Studios. We're coming to you live from Stockholm, Sweden.
El calamardo ese no, si no da ni luz. Te han dicho ya que no va a dar luz. Otra cosa, la iluminación dinámica esta, que hay un montón de mods. Bueno, hay un montón. El Optifine te lo mete. Y esta gente no es capaz de hacerlo. No entiendo. Sí, no sé. Que los tres mods son copias de otros con otra skin. Y en vez de meter los tres, pues les renta más meter una votación para crear hype y tal, pero que son mierda. O sea, que los meten súper fácil si quieren. ¿Qué está diciendo esta señora? Está presentando.
It won't all be easy. You'll have to decide which mob to vote into the game, which, based on votes in previous years, will be
Es que claro,
super tough.
hacen esto porque da hype y así la gente está más atenta y tal, pero que podrían meter a los tres. Que
You'll
no.
also hear directly from the development teams. We want you to leave today knowing about the
Que
exciting
sí, que son
additions
muchos de
coming to
hacer esto.
Minecraft, and also why our team
Que por
has
una
made
parte
those
lo puedo
decisions.
entender
An insider's
como
look
decisión
at
de
what's brewing at
empresa y
Mojang
tal,
Studios.
para crear hype y está muy bien, pero claro,
Things off with the announcement
que
of
se les ve mucho, que se les nota, es que se les nota.
right now.
Disimularlo un poco, ¿no? Curraros más los tres mobs y decir, bueno, pues igual los tres no lo pueden hacer o algo así, ¿no? Que no sean solo copias de otros, ¿no? No sé.
Let's do this.
O a lo mejor decir, pues primero vamos a meter primero el que habéis votado y luego iremos metiendo a los otros dos. Entonces votáis, pues metemos primero. Pero no, ni eso. Pero aquí meten contenido, lo que pasa es que a veces hacen cosas de estas que, bueno, pues sí que era la que Day, si quieres. Menos mal. Menos mal, también te digo. Que lleva la gente pidiendo esto 30 años. Desde el alfa. No, tanto no. También les digo, a ver qué meten. A ver qué meten, ¿eh?
We have been working on this update for quite long, and we're like, we
¿Esta
can't
quién es?
wait to tell everyone, and now we just announced it, and it feels
Ya
so
no conozco a nadie. Yo
exciting.
conocía anoche a Jeff y otro más que se me ha olvidado el nombre, que era también. Que creo que lo echaron al otro.
Okay, that's very cute.
¿Quién es ese? Ese de Minecraft Junior, ¿no? Supongo.
Very excited.
O a la
This
silla.
year we asked some of our communities to
Vale.
submit questions that we'll answer across the show. This first question definitely feels like something everyone wants to
El
know.
único que queda ahora es Jeff,
Mi
que.
pregunta es, ¿por qué se han tardado tanto en actualizar las cuevas y cuándo llegarán?
Buena
En
pregunta.
verdad que hemos estado pidiendo esto por muchísimo tiempo.
Gracias, señor. Que no conozco.
Why has it taken so long? Like
Sí, la
that,
verdad es que antes de que lo comprase Microsoft no estaban haciendo
That's a
nada.
very good question.
Actualizaban como
Is
un
this
súper
update really
poquito.
the update? We
Aunque.
have been dreaming about it for so long.
Bueno, no, te iba a decir, puedo entender que era un equipo pequeño, pero con el dinero que estaban ganando, se podía permitir o sea, contratar a gente y tal. Pero no sé. Según tengo entendido que Jeff, o sea, Jeff, Notch estaba hasta la polla y dijo, pues yo lo vendo y tomas por el culo. Que total, ese hombre ya ha ganado para vivir toda su vida y la de sus hijos también. Sin preocupaciones. Así que bueno, pues le da un poco igual, supongo.
Developers, Brandon.
Yeah, I joined this year in January, and I actually came from the community. I used to do modding for 10 years.
Tienen ahí la,
One of the first mods that I
la
worked on
vallita
was
esta.
the Aether, which is like a dimension that added sky islands and stuff. And yeah, I'm just so happy to be here and work on an update this epic.
Sí, yo me supongo que el que llevaba las cosas para adelante era Jeff, porque fue el que se quedó, el único que se quedó y que está ahora de jefe de equipo, así que.
I'm the Pink Diamond Diva, and this is my question. Are you making the caves more advanced for older players so they can mine deep, or are you making them more accessible and easy to navigate for newer players?
Such a great question.
Yeah, I mean, with this update, we're making sure that we can have as much
No me he enterado de lo que
variation
has
as
dicho.
possible within the
Sin
actual
pena
caves
dice.
themselves. But we want to make sure that the old caves are still retained as much as possible to keep that classic feel.
Yeah, and we really also looked into to make sure that we have something for everyone, because we have such a huge community, and it's also a very diverse community, and that's such a beautiful thing. So we really want this update to have something for everyone. So actually, we made sure to map all the features in the update to different player styles to really see that we fulfill that goal.
That's so cool. And you had such a big thought process on how you decide what even goes into an update this big.
Sí, eso sí, yo lo que ha preguntado antes de que si por qué han tardado tanto y tal, la he respondido pero no me he enterado.
For example, we did the player style
Sí, eso sí me
and
entero.
we've also worked with design pillars. So the design pillars, they kind of describe the vision of the update. So for example, they help us when we prioritize between different features, and also when we design each specific feature. And we have 3 pillars for this update. And the first one is actually all about the spectacular mountains, the snowy snow, and the mischievous goats. Because at last year's live, the players voted for these features, and we felt like it's so important to deliver on that promise. So we actually wanted to have it as a pillar.
Yeah, and another pillar that we actually integrated into this was adding strategy to mining. So of course, Minecraft already has plenty of strategy in mining, but we wanted to see if we could push that just a little bit further and add even more mechanics that make it interesting for players to mine in the caves.
Yeah. And the third pillar is to create an underground of marvel for the players. And that pillar is a lot about adding variation to the underground and contrasts and inspire players to craft their own underground adventures and build underground. And one thing we have done to fulfill this pillar is that we have added new cave
Con la polla.
and one of them is the lush caves.
Oye, pues mira, doble pico. 2 picos de oro. ¿Para qué? Para hacerte una tostadita de mantequilla. Bueno. Mola más o menos. Vale. Sí, así falta un poco más de vegetación, pero parece que sí que hay. Me acuerdo que había un mod muy chulo, bueno, hay un mod muy chulo que añade como unas raíces en las cuevas, que algunas te las puedas comer, otras puedes hacer tintas. Molaría que metieran algo así, por si te olvida la comida y tal, que puedas encontrar, no sé. Estaría bien.
It's gorgeous. What was the inspiration behind it?
So we were thinking about how should it feel when you are in a lush cave, and we wanted to be so you feel very tiny inside a big garden or big forest. So,
como ahora que se puede vivir en el Nether, por lo mismo.
Vegetation above you, it's vegetation around you. And one source of inspiration we had is actually
para vivir en la cueva para siempre.
Because in his paintings it's always,
ay, Dios mío,
or often,
me parto el cuello.
A tiny character, and
¿Cómo mola esto, qué?
Huge forest, and you see the bottom of the trees because the vegetation is so big compared to the character.
And you're adding so many new plants in the lush caves.
Yes, so I don't know if you saw, but there was this new tree that was actually above on the overworld, and this is called an azalea tree. So it's a unique type of tree that it'll be easy to spot for players, and if you actually find this and start going down its roots, you will find a lush cave there. So this is another part of adding strategy to mining, where there are certain landmarks which will allow you to understand what you're doing in the game.
Buah.
That's cool. And another one of
Ojalá metiesen ese mod directamente. Bueno, a mí me da igual, porque yo voy a jugar con mods casi siempre, ¿no? Pero de todas maneras, en los servidores se podía meter sin mods eso. Pero bueno, que estaría de puta madre que lo metiesen de base. O al menos como una opción, ¿sabes? Que la puedas quitar y poner.
That's so awesome. And the lush caves have a real glow to them from one of the plants.
Yes. So there are vines in the lush caves, and they have glow berries on them, and these are actually a light source. And you can also pick them and eat them if you want to.
Tempola también.
Yes. And another plant we actually have is
No me
the
dejas verlo.
dripleaf plant. And you can actually see that they can kind of grow from like water or anywhere else. And they grow quite tall, but they have like a little plant on the top that you can actually hop onto. So the idea of the mechanic behind it is that the leaf will actually tilt down when you stand on it too long. So this will actually make you fall through. However, after a few seconds, it'll come back up. So it's kind of this like, platforming block that allows you to just, you know,
Esto va a hacer parkour y tal, madre mía. La de parkour que se van a montar con esto.
Yeah, you can build like your own platform.
Pero tarda mucho en caerse, ¿no? También te digo. Tarda un huevo.
It's
No,
so
no
beautiful
tarda
in
tanto,
there.
no tarda
And
tanto.
there's actually a mob coming to the lush cave.
Seguro que eso se puede modificar luego con bloques de comando y
But
tal.
we will actually not tell you about this mob now, because in the end of the show, we will show even more features coming to the Caves and Cliffs update, and then we're gonna show that mob.
¿Sabes qué molaría muchísimo también? Que actualizasen las carretillas de alguna manera, para que fuesen más útiles. Yo qué sé, es que se me ocurre de primeras por los mods que tienen carretillas que minan y tal. O que te ponen raíles según van andando. Sí, los vagones. Molaría un huevo. Que ya que están metiendo cosas de mina y tal, pues que metan unos vagones útiles. Que se puedan enlazar. Que ahora mismo no se puede. O sea, lo puedes poner uno detrás de otro y te empujas, pero no se enlazan. Si se va para el otro lado, te come una mierda. Sí, también hacer cositas un poco más lógicas, ¿no? Aunque eso esta gente no le parece que no le gusta mucho ese tema. Más allá de la redstone, todo el tema de cosas lógicas y tal no lo tocan mucho, ¿no? Ya. Pero bueno, que es que realmente no lo tiene que usar todo el mundo. Puede estar ahí con moción. Quien quiera experimentar con ello que lo haga, y quien no pueda mirar tutoriales en internet y hacerse cosas súper chulas o no usarlo. Pero bueno, a ver.
So another thing to note here is that you could see that a lot of the ores were actually glowing. This is just for preview purposes. Ores aren't going to glow.
El dragón, la verdad es que antes no servía de nada más que para decir me he pasado el juego. Que en verdad no se lo ha pasado, ¿no? Pero que en cierta manera es como el objetivo del juego. El objetivo más tocho, ¿no? Y ahora la verdad es que no sirve, porque para entrar a Lent y irte a la ciudad de Lent y pillarte la elitra y todas esas cosas tienes que matarlo. Es como una prueba para poder conseguir esas cosas, pero realmente el hecho de matarlo en sí no sirve de mucho. Y eso que ahora creo que se puede revivir, ¿no? Desde hace un tiempo ya. Se puede hacer como un ritual para revivirlo, pero no sirve de mucho. Da mucha experiencia, pero para eso te haces una granja y vas tirando. Ya está. Mucho mejor. Otra cosa que añadieron, y ya había un montón de mods que lo añadían, pero porque la gente sabe lo que quiere y entonces como no se lo dan, pues hace mods. Y lo puedo entender.
Yes, so we have the dripstone
Perfectamente.
caves biome.
Uy, ¿qué es eso?
And whenever I think about the idea
Mola.
of a cave update, the image of stalagmites and stalactites comes into my head. But adding these are pretty difficult. You know, it's a very unique
Es limitada,
shape
pues
that
no lo sé.
Minecraft isn't really accustomed to. But I think the way that the
Nunca lo he
artists
hecho.
put it into Minecraft works quite well. And of course, there's some mechanics surrounding this, so you can see that.
La forma mola, pero lo que es el dibujillo, o sea, la skin, es como un poco fea, ¿no? Es un poco cutre. La forma me mola bastante. El sprite, eso. Muy feo. Pero tampoco es nuevo.
So actually, if you put a cauldron under a stalactite, it will fill up with water. So it's renewable water.
And how do you remember which is stalactites and stalagmites?
Que no es un cubo,
That's a
¿qué?
very good question.
Lo ves de lejos y...
It's been very tricky to remember
Ah,
that,
claro.
but I think I learned. So
De lejos, claro, está de puta madre. Y la forma y tal me mola, pero... Sí, no, pero...
It's true. Yeah, so stalactite is in
Bueno, eso luego los packs de textura y
is
tal
on the floor.
te lo cambian y te lo ponen bien como tendría que ser.
All of us.
Yeah, for a long time, like even.
And you have something really amazing in this update for the sort of redstone engineers out there.
Yes.
No, yo
we've
tampoco
actually been
no lo
thinking
entiendo
about
muy
this
bien.
redstone block that lives in the deep dark, a new biome
Stonks.
at the deepest
Confuso de
depths of the
stonks.
world. We're not going to talk about this biome too much today, but we are going to show some of the
Había un mod
blocks
que hacía
and
que
maybe
fuese
mob that comes from
finita el agua.
So
Hace
if we
mucho,
look at the
pero no...
video, we
Creo
can
que ya no
actually
está porque la
see
gente no lo
that there
usaba,
is
obviamente.
basically this growth. And this is
Y
called
tío,
the
que se iba
stalk
vaciando el
blocks.
océano y tal,
And
si
one of
se
the
pellaba
blocks
mucha
is
agua,
called the
molaba,
stalk
molaba.
sensor. This is the new
Lo que pasa es que
redstone block.
eso
As you can see, when you place
te
or
consumía
destroy
una
a block,
memoria que,
or
vamos,
if
¿esto
you
qué es?
have footsteps, it'll actually detect the vibrations around and then emit a redstone signal.
Parece el taint
So this is going to be very
de
interesting
Soundcraft.
for redstone players. We even have a mechanic around it where you can actually use wool with wool occlusion to essentially prevent signals from being able to get into the skulk sensor. So let's take a look at that now. And as you can see here, I walked next to the skulk sensor, and it's actually kind of doing an infinite loop where the piston is causing a vibration, and then it's activating the skulk sensor and going over and over again. But here, I've actually put a wool block in between the piston, which prevents the signal from going to the skulk sensor.
Parece que es un sensor que
This can
detecta si
allow
algo
you to
se
even do
activa,
sort of
¿no?
directional skulk sensors where you can put wool blocks on each side and only allow it to detect vibrations in front of it.
Sí,
And vibrations
vibraciones.
can be so many different things. You know, it can be a snowball hit, it could be an arrow, it could be footsteps, it could be blocks, anything.
So
Mola.
cool.
Mola, sí.
And another thing,
sí,
we
sí.
actually,
Eso.
well, we had a bit of a happy accident with this because we realized that we get wireless redstone thanks to the skulk
Claro.
sensor.
Yes.
So, and we didn't even plan to add it, but then when we started playtesting, we're like, wait, we got wireless redstone, and that's so
Como que no lo
exciting.
habéis
And,
pensado, es que...
well, you
pero
can't
sí
build
está
solo
clarísimo que es lo,
that.
es lo
I'm
primero que
excited to
piensa
see what
cuando
the
ve esto.
community will build.
Yeah, you're really looking
Para
for
hacer
community
redstone
feedback
que...
to make sure this
wireless.
feels
With
great
the
for
redstone.
everyone.
Absolutely. I think because this is such
Vamos,
a
yo
unique
lo primero que
mechanic,
pensaba.
we really want to make sure that we get it right. And, you know, we love the redstone community and we want to make sure that we do it right. So any feedback you have, any ideas, send it to us and we will work with you to make this
Ya,
the best
también es verdad. Si no puedes poner ningún tipo de
And
filtro
now,
ni nada.
we said there's another mob
Pues,
coming
pero bueno, aún así,
later, but I think it's time
yo creo que va a
for a
ser
new mob
bastante
coming
útil.
to the Caves and Cliffs update.
It is. And this is a very scary mob. And it lives in the deepest of the underground, in the
Es
deep dark.
un
And this is
pulpo
a
que
very
anda por la
dark
tierra, ¿te
place.
imaginas?
And the cool thing is
Y
that
que
this
brilla.
mob is very well
¿Eh?
adapted to the environment. So it can't see anything. So it's the first blind mob in Minecraft. And that's very interesting because it gives such interesting mechanics. So instead, it will react to vibrations.
¿Qué es
just
esto
like
de
the
las
skulk
sofás?
sensor block.
¿Qué está pasando?
So, if you aren't very careful when you walk around in the deep dark, you might upset that mob.
Yeah, with this mob, we really wanted to make sure that we kind of recaptured that feeling of the first night of Minecraft. And we can often forget that Minecraft can be a pretty scary game. So we wanted to make
Camino
sure that we
aleatorio.
could kind of go back to that. I mean,
No, coño,
caves
irá
can be
como con...
scary, they're
Has
dark.
metido la planta y has dicho, coño, pues con esta
All I'm gonna
mecánica
say is that
hacemos un
when you
mob
go into
que
the
oiga,
deep
¿no?
dark, I wanna
Seguro
make
que
sure
es eso.
that you're very quiet and watch closely.
Y seguro que si va sisteando no hace ruido. No hace ruido si va sisteando bien. ¿Esto qué es? ¿Un tonto de cueva nuevo? Que más que una planta parece como un tipo de infección, ¿no? Como lo del Soundcraft. No sé si has jugado al Soundcraft. Que tenía como el taint, ¿no? Que se iba extendiendo y tal, como una corrupción. ¡Qué velitas más guapas! ¿No estaba ya? No. ¿O sí? Es que no jugaba a StarCraft, pero sí, supongo que sí. ¿Y eso? ¿Por qué le pasa la luz? ¿Son las plantitas que dan luz o algo así y se van quitando? No. Son las antorchas, no sé qué es. Uy. Ya tú. Me da cosilla al bicho, ¿eh? Da cosilla al bicho. Puede ser, no sé. Sí, fíjate, si es que... Ya da canguelillo, ¿eh? Seguro que si le da en el centro hace más daño o algo así. En el corazón, ese todo raro. Mira la boquilla que la tiene abierta. Pues ya ves, ¿eh? Uf. ¡Qué hostias, ¿no? ¡Corre, corre! ¡Corre! ¡Corre! Madre mía, ¿no? Que llevaba una espada de nederita y no la ha matado. What?
It's a very different mob. I'm really excited for this because not only is it
Joder,
trying
¿no?
to be
Está
scary,
cheto el bicho
it's,
ese.
we had to keep a balance to it. It was very challenging to design a mob like this. Another thing that's really important
A
to
ver,
note is
espero
in
que no
that video,
paumen
I
mucho
was wearing
porque...
full netherite armor, so it's very powerful.
Sí, sí,
Definitely
ya.
want to watch out. Yeah.
Ya lo hemos visto, ya, titán, mastodonte.
Gameplay, because
Máquina.
if you want to, you can avoid it, but then you need to really be careful, like sneak all the time to not make like any kind of movement that it will detect. But that's a lot of
Seguro que
fun
se
and
puede chisear subiendo a los bloques, ya está como todos los mozos, ¿no? Pero,
We need to kind of take
pero
everyone
bueno.
back to that first night experience with the warden.
Absolutely. I mean, I had such an amazing experience when I
Yo creo
first
que
played
algo tiene que
Minecraft.
dar,
It was
¿no?
terrifying
Uy.
listening to zombies underneath
el
my
micro.
house and in the caves, and hopefully we can bring that back to players, but, you know, 10 years later.
Yeah. But that would be just amazing because you hear so many lovely
Pero eso más de un susto me va a dar, te lo aseguro, ¿eh? Cuando juegue me va a dar más de un susto. Segurísimo.
Really balance sort of the look of it. It's like it's almost cute, but also
No, almost cute no es. No es cute.
We actually
Compañera.
worked a lot on like how does scariness look in Minecraft?
Bueno, aquí sí se ve más
We
cute.
wanted to be
Este
very
dibujito.
scary, and we didn't want to take away
Eso.
from the scariness, but we felt let's add some derpiness to it. So it's like a mix. So for example, we added the mouth.
Mola, está bien.
I love the mouth, and some actually reacted like, "Oh, it's so cute," which I think it's more scary, but I think
No,
we found,
cute
like,
no
the
es.
perfect balance.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really has character.
Yes, definitely. Well, you've been sitting up here. You just announced an update that everyone has been waiting for, and we actually have some tweets that have come in.
¿Y quién la había liqueado esto?
Okay, that's
¿En pasta?
amazing to see. So much excitement. Oh, even more tweets.
¿Un streamer que trabaja en Moya, no? Algo así. O no sabe.
It's lovely. It's like we really developed this game together with the community, and now to see that people are so happy.
¿El SF?
That feels
Okay.
so good.
Yeah,
¿Qué es
honestly,
eso, ah?
it's
No
such a
entiendo.
privilege to work on a game like this and an update like this, and we just love this
Ah,
game.
Live
And we
Stream
wanna
Face,
make the
vale.
best update
Era
that we
uno que le
can
habían
for
dicho de
everyone.
hacer
Thank you so much,
rebroadcast.
Agnes and Brandon. That was a lot of amazing new things. Don't
Sí,
forget
sí.
that we have another segment full of even more
Pues será
cave
alguien
updates later on in the show.
que trabaja o
Now
tiene
let's head
amigos
over
y
to
lo
our
sabían.
Minecraft Live correspondent, Vubu.
O a lo mejor lo ha dicho al
And here
azar.
he has a first look at something you all voted into the game last
Sí, son
year.
cuevas y riffs. Si lo ponía. Riffs son barrancos, ¿no? O sea, los riffs son la... No me había el nombre en español, pero las brechas estas que hay. Sí, sí. Que yo intento minar ahí siempre porque esto es fácil. Hay un montón de mierda.
But first,
Las
we
rabbits,
have a
eso.
message from our good friend Max Brooks, author of our first Minecraft novel,
Tokyo.
with some exciting news.
Narobi, no sé qué manera.
It's Max Brooks, author of Minecraft The Island. Thank you so much for embracing my book, and I hope you'll enjoy the sequel,
¿Quién es?
Minecraft The Mountain, where our character leaves the island
¿Qué cojones?
and paddles to a strange
Un libro de
snake-covered
Minecraft.
world and
Bueno, a ver,
discovers
no sé.
another castaway.
No sé de qué me
And
sorprenda, ¿no?
together, the two of them have to find their way home. Minecraft
Ahora
The
lo veo,
Mountain,
ahora lo veo.
coming out in 2021,
Voy a hacer una
available for
cosa.
pre-order right now. And as always, thank you for
Ah,
embracing
no,
all Minecraft books.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Another
Lo
Minecraft
dejo aquí.
novel, and this one's called The Mountain. Speaking of mountains, remember last year's vote?
Con la cabeza lo veo.
It was a fierce competition, but the mountains won after 2 intense rounds of voting. Well, I have a sneak peek into what your vote is bringing to Minecraft on the cliff side of the Caves and Cliffs update.
Yo le doy. No sirve para nada esto, pero yo le doy. Me hace ilusión.
They're both mischievous and adorable at the same time.
Mola, el diseño mola. Oh, madre mía. Lo salta. Uy, pero bueno. No, mola, mola.
Also have excellent jumping skills.
Leche de cabra, oh.
Better mountain generation with spectacular and more dramatic mountains with height-dependent generation.
La
That means
lechita.
things like tree lines and mountaintops that will be more challenging with lots
El
of snow
sombrero,
and ice.
bueno. Un poco
And
sí.
speaking of snow,
Yo creo que es un poco calvo, ¿no? Y por eso lleva sombrero.
also have a new block called powder snow.
Tiene pinta, ¿no?
A kind of trap block. It looks similar to snow, but if you or a mob walk on it, you will fall right through. Now
¿Cómo?
let's talk about this year's vote. We have 3 awesome mobs for you to choose from. And to introduce them, we once again have Tiny Agnes and Tiny Jens. Let's see what they have to show.
Madre mía. Meterlo a los tres, meterlo a los tres.
Just like we are, right, Agnes?
These friendly cows live in the flower forest biome, yellow as sunshine and covered in beautiful
Está
flowers.
cuca,
What's
está
not
cuca,
to like
eso sí.
about these beautiful bovines?
We are friends, right, Agnes?
Why do we have to record these videos on an actual mountain? They are animated.
The isolager is a new illager that lives on mountain tops. It's a hostile mob that attacks you with clouds of flying ice.
You did pack the
Puedo
supplies
truño, ¿no?
we need to survive the night up here. Right, Jens? Do you ever wish Minecraft's ocean?
El otro día vi esta imagen en Reddit y alguien dijo, preferiría tener el equipo de buceo y el submarino antes que el calamar de mierda.
What was I meant
Que
to
sí,
say?
podrían ponerlo.
Vote for Minecraft.
Can't talk, must admire glow.
Agnes, Jens, it's really
¿De quién es?
distracting.
Ah, el presentador.
They're so tiny and they're so susceptible to
Pues ya ves,
distraction.
molaría un montón.
Hopefully that won't happen to you.
Y las
Now
gafitas
let's
para
go
ver
around.
bajo el agua. No sé, estaría muy chulo.
Hello? Oh, hi, Tiny Agnes. Yeah, no.
Está hablando con una de Animal Crossing, ¿o qué?
Okay. Well, you really shouldn't read too many internet comments. But, okay, I'll tell him. Okay, bye. Tiny Agnes would like everyone to know that
Tiny
she and
Agnes,
Tiny
buen
Jens
nombre.
are, in fact, good friends. Okay, where was I? And why do people keep leaving phones around the
Yo
studio?
creo que no, ¿eh?
Now,
Bueno,
let's go over
igual
how
sí.
you can be a part of what is likely to be an epic showdown. Don't
No.
let this decision be made without your voice.
Si esto ya lo
Be
habían
ready
hecho.
to cast
No me acuerdo
your
con qué,
votes.
pero ya lo habían hecho.
Make sure you have a Twitter account. If you don't, go to
Con los murciélagos puede ser
sign
que...
up for an account and make
No, no,
sure you're logged
con los...
I'll let you know
Con
when
estos que
voting
salen cuando no
starts.
duermes,
Then you'll need
que
to
no me
go
acuerdo
to
el
the
nombre.
Minecraft Twitter
Con eso
account
ya
to
habían hecho una
find the
votación de
latest
este
poll.
estilo.
Think carefully, debate with your friends and family, make a decision,
Que ahora no
then
les gusta a
click
nadie,
on
¿no?
the
Pero
mob you want to make it into
al menos sirven para... Bueno, no sirven para nada porque las elitras las arreglas con el encantamiento, pero puedes arreglar las elitras con la mierda que te sueltan. Pero no sirven para nada realmente. Porque todo el mundo les mete el truño este que se me había el nombre, el mending, coño.
My name is Yesenia Cisneros, and I am the gameplay producer from Minecraft Earth. I am so excited to be a part of Minecraft Live this year and to share this wonderful experience with you, our amazing community.
Minecraft,
It's
¿cuál
been
era?
so fun
No
seeing
me
what
acuerdo.
you've been doing with the game.
¿El de Windows 10?
I've seen lots of creation shared each week, and I wish I were that creative.
No sé, yo es que creo que... Yo creo que está bien el mending y ya está, que le dé por culo.
I have been logging in
Que es
each
que
day to
no,
collect
si no
a
tienen
new
que estar
adventure
encontrando
crystal, which lets
todo el
me
rato
play
litras
lots of
nuevas,
adventures
matando
in
bichos de esos que es un
augmented
puto
reality in
peñazo.
various parts of my home. My
Son un
dogs are
peñazo de
very
matar
confused,
y
to
un
say the
peñazo
least.
de que te salgan, porque tienes que estar sin
Seems
dormir
like I'm
como
not the
3 o
only
4
one who's been
noches
going on
seguidas.
lots of adventures. We've had more than 5 million adventures played throughout early access. Holy
Bueno,
Bloom, that is amazing.
no sé, es que... ¿Qué ha pasado?
I've also been completing season.
Vamos a reiniciar. Es que en verdad Mending es muy difícil de conseguir. Bueno, con los aldeanos no tanto, ¿no? Pero... ¿Qué ha pasado? Funciona.
And I hear they're going to make quite a splash. Speaking of mobs, our beloved Moogoon from Minecraft
Ya,
Earth
lo
has
sé,
a
lo
chance
sé.
to be brought into vanilla. How cool is that? Now,
Es que claro, al principio el Mending era como muy raro de conseguir, pero ahora es como, yo qué
one
sé.
of these mobs is definitely way
Te lo
more
sacas con la
adorable than
polla,
the
¿no?
rest.
Pero bueno.
So, choose wisely. In our last couple releases, you may have noticed that we added slime ball and slime blocks. With that, I'm
Molaría
super
que a lo
excited to
mejor
let
en
you know
Mending
that we are adding pistons
te
and
arreglase
sticky
las
pistons
cosas,
to
pero
Minecraft
si
Earth.
tienes, por ejemplo, el material que
Be on the lookout
necesitas en el
next week for a
inventario
content
y te lo
update,
fuese
and I can't
consumiendo
wait to see the awesome
automáticamente,
creations
eso
you
estaría
make
bien.
with blocks, items, and now redstone contraptions. Our friends Mumbo
Que ahora
Jumbo
mismo
and
es con
Grian
experiencia nada
recently
más,
took a
creo.
Minecraft Earth road trip and made their own awesome
Arreglar las cosas
creations.
con la experiencia que vas
Let's
cogiendo.
get a sneak peek at what they discovered.
Hello everyone, my name's Mumbo, this is my friend Grian, and this is my
Se llama Mambo.
1974 VW
Mambo
Bus.
Green.
There's no air
Mambo
conditioning,
y
there's no
Green.
heating, there's no radio, there's no anti-locking brakes, no power steering.
I've owned it for about 4 years,
Despacito.
and to be frankly honest, it's
Alexa.
pants. Times were definitely different in the 1970s, so it's
La
really
guía
pretty
Despacito.
slow, and it's definitely lacking some of the modern
Ay, Dios
comforts
mío.
you usually expect to find in a car these days.
We are embarking on a grand tour of England, going from the south coast up to Wales, and it's going to take us 3 whole days.
I'll be honest, Grian, mate, would you class that as a grand tour?
Well, yes, we have no radio, so it's going to feel a lot longer.
Mm.
But you see, this isn't a regular road trip in a rubbish old van, this is a Minecraft Earth road trip in a
Is
rubbish
it?
old van. With Minecraft Earth being a game you can play on the move, we thought we would travel to a bunch of different locations in the UK. Some of them are iconic, some of them just feel
¿Esto
very
qué es? No
Minecrafty,
sé ni qué es.
and some of them are barely linked to Minecraft.
Es un Minecraft
at all,
estilo
but we just
Pokémon Go.
really wanted to go to them, so we did.
He took it out on the
Ni lo sabía.
We
Sí,
also
sí.
had a go at integrating Minecraft Earth with real life. Minecraft Earth Frisbee is a bit of a challenge.
Sorry.
Minecraft Earth Badminton can be quite dangerous to onlookers.
Sorry, Josh.
And real-life sand blocks are alarmingly difficult to construct.
If I just film this angle, there we go. Look, it's our sound.
Ahí está
All in
perfecto.
all, though, the road trip was a huge success and we had a lot of fun. You can expect to see the full-length episodes appearing on our channels very, very soon.
Wow, it looks
Madre
like Mumbo
mía.
Jumbo and Grian had quite
Ah,
the
Mumbo
Minecraft
Jumbo.
adventure.
Sí, estos los
At
conozco.
Mojang Studios, we've
Que hacían
also been
vídeos
making
graciosos de
more
Minecraft y
original
tal.
content than
Es
ever
verdad.
before on our Minecraft YouTube channel. Our goal is to create shows that give
Entendió
you inside
mango y no
knowledge
sé qué. Digo,
directly from
¿qué
our
es esto?
team. We're even giving away all of our secrets in a new series called How We Make Minecraft, which honestly feels sort of risky. And guess what? We have lots more awesome Minecraft content on the way. Here's a look at what shows you'll find on our channel.
Here's 10 things you didn't know about
Yo to the yo-yo.
Cumbiote, ¿no?
My name is Jens, I'm here.
Wait, no! Stop!
How can Steve punch cactus without getting hurt?
I know cactus has pricklies, but punching a tree probably hurts too.
Everyone just starts panicking.
Please like and subscribe. I've always wanted to say that. But really, you should.
Okay.
It's good stuff. In 2017, you voted for the terror that is the Phantom. And I personally have not forgiven you for that.
Ah, el Phantom.
In 2018, the Taiga won your vote with fantastic foxes. Last year, it was the mountains with our soon-to-be friends, the goats. What will you, the Minecraft community,
cabrillas.
do this year?
Mira, las cabrillas sí que son un buen añadimiento, añadición. No como los otros tres que son copias. Esos al menos son nuevos. Y tienen cositas nuevas como que atacan y tal. Pero bueno, pero bueno.
Hi, babies.
Dañado.
For illustrative purposes. I think I did a pretty great
Bueno,
job.
la vaquita la queda bien, pero los otros dos. Por favor.
Anyway, all the way from Minecraft Dungeons, we have the
Bueno, la cabra y el otro, el bicho este raro también está bien.
down on whomever they are attacking. Not quite as chill as they look.
La vaca es una reskin, este también y este también. Los tres son reskins.
I hear they may come with a new
No tienen nada nuevo.
the Buttercup. And I'm pretty sure they'll be best pals with bees.
Este da tinte y este no da nada, creo.
The glow
Es que no.
As the tiny trio will surely attest, they sure are distracting to
A
look
ver,
at.
visualmente pues es cuco, ¿no?
First voting poll is now live
Este es el
on
más feo,
Minecraft
en mi
Twitter
opinión.
account. Make sure you're
El
logged in, go to
aldeano
the
ese, el
poll right
villager
now,
este.
and click the mob you want to win. We'll check back in before we start
Y la
the
vaquita
second
la
and
más
final
cuca.
poll.
Pero vamos, que podrían meter los tres y ya está.
I'd like to welcome Laura to my desk to talk about the dungeoniest Minecraft
Que
game
smooth,
ever,
que deslice más smooth se ha marcado este hombre, ¿no?
Thanks for having me.
Ni se ha notado que se ha movido. Casi.
So, what do you do at Mojang Studios?
I am a game designer, which means I am the one that gets to decide how difficult the bosses are. So I'm sorry about that one. You can blame me for that.
I think people will blame you for that.
That's okay.
No son muy difíciles, tampoco te digo, ¿eh? Así que no te preocupes, compañera.
I think if I don't say I am voting for the Isolager, my team will kill me. So, but it's an amazing mob. It brings a lot of fun to dungeons, and I think it will bring a lot of fun to Minecraft as well.
Okay. I figured you would say that, but I had to ask. So tell me about the launch of Dungeons this year.
Oh wow, that was quite the ride. It was such a crazy launch.
Sí,
I don't
sí,
think
¿no?
anybody in
De
the
hecho,
team
según tengo entendido que en Bedrock, en la versión de móviles y tal, bueno, las móviles de Android son más difíciles. Son mucho más difíciles.
Streams with each other and sharing videos and comments from players, and it
Y lo
was
que tienen mecánicas
very good.
distintas y todo, que el Wither cuando se muere explota y cosas
What
así.
would you say was your favorite thing from the release?
I think it was
Lo cual,
how
pues,
people came together
podrían
to
hacer
play the
estilo
game.
que, dependiendo de la
It was very fun
dificultad
to
que
see
tuviese,
parents,
hiciesen
like,
una
show
cosa a
their
otra, ¿no?
children
Estaría muy bien eso
Dungeon
también.
Crawlers and children show their parents Minecraft. I don't know, it was
Si es que en
very
verdad
nice
será
to
por
see
ideas
everyone
para meter,
sit
¿sabes?
together and play and enjoy.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at what the community has done with what's come out so far.
Yeah.
Mira, si es que esta gente no tiene ni que trabajar. Si cada cierto tiempo hiciesen como una votación de los mejores mods de estos meses o de este año y dijesen, pues estos son los mejores y los compran y los meten en el juego base. Y es que no tienen ni que trabajar. Sí que la gente le hace el trabajo, pero
simple,
te va a
straightforward
pasar.
items, and definitely a nice addition to the game. A good replacement for the Wandering Trader. Now let's go check in with our friend the Blacksmith here. This is definitely something that I'm looking forward to because this is one of the coolest things that has possibly come to the game.
Luego te cuento si has metido algo más interesante.
Calma aí, eu vou dar cover aqui. Que isso, da vizinha tá me
Oh boy.
El grito este de las pelis.
I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here.
Väldigt bra! Hazmat-suit! Hör du? Vänta tills jag har min raket du! Du ska få spö då.
Mola, mola.
Nu jäklar ska ni få spö.
No he visto nada, más allá de los trailers.
Stop killing the pandas, you monster! Stop killing the pandas!
We have to save villagers.
Our villagers right there. You are free, villager.
We must find the caravan of other villagers.
Ooh, I got invisibility potion.
What is that?
와, 맵 엄청 많이 생겼네 이번에. 크리퍼까지 깼고, 늪지, 목장, 협곡, 레드스톤,
Ah,
강산,
como nivel, la neta.
대장급 아니야?
Holy smokes! Boom!
Está roto. Está roto ese hombre, ¿no? Está roto ese hombre.
Look. There's a pig. Kill the pig.
Oh.
The pig.
Oh no!
Red.
Backwards, no! Oh god!
That looks so fun.
Yeah, it's so cool to see people have fun with the game.
And it's fun to play and watch.
Yes, I hope so at least.
But this week, you also had another launch.
Oh, this month it's been a crazy month. Like we haven't stopped doing things, I feel. We released first the Creeping Winter together with our new merchants.
Ah, pero
and
que
the
esta es
new
de
daily
Minecraft
trials, which
Dungeons.
was awesome. I hope everyone loved it. We launched for
Pensaba que era
Xbox,
de-
so now people can play on mobile, which is so fun. I really like that. And
Del Minecraft
this
normal.
week we just launched in China, so now we get to welcome our Chinese friends to the community, and I am super happy about that.
That's really exciting. Well, now we have a question from the community for you.
Right.
ということで、私から質問です。マインクラフトダンジョンズをリリースされてから、開発者が想定していなかったファンの反応やゲームの仕様などありましたでしょうか。また、マインクラフトダンジョンズの今後について教えてください。今後、どのようなコンテンツがリリースされるのでしょうか。ぜひ教えてください。よろしくお願いします。
Okay, he kind of snuck 2 questions into that.
Yes, but they were great questions, and thank you for sending them. Regarding the first question, I think we were very excited to see how fast people found the secret mushroom level. Like, I was very confused about it as well, because we had worked very hard on making it very secretive and having little snippets of things everywhere, but players are so smart, they found it so fast. So if you haven't played the mushroom level, go check it out, because it's very fun.
And the second question?
Right. So that's what we are here to talk about today. We're going to talk about our upcoming DLC that we prepared with our friends at Double 11, and that's called the Howling Peaks. So we're going to the mountains with dungeons as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a look at some live gameplay?
Yeah, let's check it out. We are very lucky today that we have 4 members of the Dungeons team with us. Here's Mariana at the Nintendo Switch. Hello. Here's Chris at the PC. Here's David at the PlayStation 4. And at the Xbox One, we have Annika. So we get to show you here for the first time cross-play, which we're very excited about. So people can play together from everywhere.
That's exciting.
And yeah, that's our first look at the mountains biome.
Mola que se pueda jugar, para que sea multiplataforma.
Oh yeah, yeah, we were so happy. We asked
La multiplataforma y que tenga, no, como se decía, se pueda jugar entre ellas, crossplay, coño.
So we're super excited about that. They're equally as mischievous.
¿Te puedes meter en el agua?
Yes.
So I see a lot of wind coming out of these grates.
Yes. Wind is a mechanic that we're going to explore a lot in the mountains missions. And the players will be both challenged by it and will be able to use it.
Está invocando
cosas.
Will
push the player, so you need to be a bit careful.
Te invoca de
At the
bajita.
same time, you'll be able to use it to solve puzzles, push items, and open doors and stuff like that. So yeah.
Toma, un ascensor.
What is this?
Ya podrían meterlo en un juego normal, el ascensor.
Yeah, our mountains biomes are so tall that the player will need to find new ways to traverse the levels. So that's a mountain lift, and there's gonna be full of like these little contraptions all around.
La cabrilla.
That seems like a really fun new mechanic.
Yes. Yeah, the goats are all around, and you need to be careful with them.
Yeah, I saw them attack.
Yes, they're really gonna push you out of the edge if you're not too careful.
So leave the goats alone.
Yes, leave the goats alone. That's very important. And as you'll see in a bit, the iceologers that you can find in this mission and in all the mountains missions are very ready for the weather. So they are wearing their little cozy clothes, and they're wind resistant, which means that while the player will be challenged by the wind, the iceologers won't. These are new mobs called the wind callers.
Va a venir gente aquí al piso.
Coming for the first time
A ver
to
cuánto dura esto.
Minecraft Dungeons. That's another Minecraft mob that we get to welcome. They're quite sturdy.
What do the wind callers do?
Right, the wind callers spawn a draft of wind right under the player, and they push the player up, so the player gets fall damage.
Okay.
It's very important to deal with them quick or run away, because they're gonna be painful to combat otherwise.
Well, they're doing a pretty good job against these wind callers.
Yes, our adventurers are strong.
Okay, 3 Ravagers.
¿Estarán jugando ahora de verdad o
Interesting one. But so
está
far,
grabado?
I can see that all the consoles are working very neatly together. We're super happy about that. It's been progressing very nicely, and we hope everyone can soon play together. Oh, that was an iceologer. I wanted to say, like, that's my favorite mob, but you know.
Que va enseñado todo el rato con la tenete encima, no la suelta.
Yes.
All right, we're leading up to this big Ravager battle.
Yes. But I think we can let our adventurers deal with
Venga, venga. Toma por culo.
Yeah.
La han quitado.
All of this, you also have
Ha dicho esto es muy triste, vamos a quitarlo.
Yeah, the game mode is coming very, very soon, and it's going to be for all the players for free, and that's called Apocalypse Plus. which means that we're making the game just, you know, harder a bit at a time. Yeah.
When you
we're
call
excited.
something apocalypse, it sounds very hard.
Yeah, and Apocalypse
Ciertamente.
Plus means that it gets even harder. So hopefully players get to find new challenges, and we found different ways to tweak the balance so the challenge is different every time.
But, okay, that's a lot of stuff. You're working on even more new things for Dungeons.
We're working on a ton of stuff. I feel we've been so busy. It's crazy.
Tito
But yeah,
callado
we
porque
have
no juega
today
este juego y
a
no sé muy
little
bien.
video with a lot of work in progress. Work in progress, though.
Very work in
Yes.
No tengo mucho que comentar,
but
¿no?
yeah,
Pero
I think we should look
me
at the video.
apetece jugar.
That's my line.
Ya está.
I'm sorry.
Putas cabras, que sonidito hacen, también te digo. Pero en la vida real también, ¿eh? Toma una poción. Como un rayo láser enorme. Para que se vea un poco el típico juego que cuando hay mucha pelea no va una mierda, ¿no? Que eso no me gusta mucho, pero bueno. Respira bajo el agua. Ah, atento, ¿eh? Atento al detalle, ¿eh? Aquí arriba. Atento, ¿eh? Típico. Por otra parte.
One of my favorite things we do at Mojang Studios is Minecraft Education Edition. Students around the world are able to learn in exciting and interactive ways using the game as a learning-based platform. Students and teachers in 115 countries around the world are able to collaborate, learn, and share together. Minecraft has always been a way to connect people, and we've seen that
Ojalá
now
me
more than
enseñasen
ever
cosas
with
en clase
Minecraft
con
Education
Minecraft.
Edition being
Estaría de
used in
puta
remote
madre.
learning. When you're in the game, you don't have to feel so far away from your classmates. From creating graduation ceremonies in Japan, to creating first day orientations for American universities, to teachers doing virtual meetups, we've seen students and teachers using the game in incredible ways. Today, we're launching our first ever Minecraft Education Edition Global Challenge for students around
vale.
the world to build a better world with us.
Un challenge. Un buen challenge.
Over the past few months, we've seen wildlife roam through cities while humans stayed
Me ha dado
inside.
ovejilla.
Without cruise ships and ferries around,
De color.
dolphins visited the port of Cagliari in Sardinia, Italy, and wild boar roamed the streets of Barcelona. But what if animals could
Bueno.
share space with humans all the time? Today, we're kicking off the first ever Minecraft Education Global Build Championship and asking students around the world to design and build healthy spaces for humans and animals to coexist together. What will you build?
Hey, I'm Ayana. I'm a developer in the Minecraft team. If I were to participate in the Global Build Challenge, I'd build a series of underwater tubes so we could
Si esta señora tiene 15 años.
Hello everyone, I'm OMG Chad, and if I were to design
Y no me la cuela, esta no es.
championship, I would make a house with a
No
habitat
trabaja
for
en
my
Moya.
cats
Han
on
dicho
top,
tú ponte y
and
di
I would
esto.
call it a
Tiene 15 años.
どうもこんにちはカーボンです僕だったら日本っぽい建築で勝負したい
Hola.
Hola, nosotros somos los hermanos Leo y si estuviéramos participando en la dinámica mundial de Minecraft construiríamos unas viviendas camufladas con la vegetación del entorno para que los animales no se espanten. ¡Participa!
Design and build your own solution in Minecraft Education Edition. For the chance to win Mine Coins, awesome Minecraft gear, and a video chat with Mojang Studios. The championship opens today.
Torneito.
You can register today and
Muy
download the
torneito.
Championship World Template. We can't wait to see your amazing ideas, and Jens and I can't wait to see the winner on video chat. We get the awesome prize of chatting with you no matter who wins. For those of you who don't have Education Edition, we have something for you too. Our education team has already added amazing free lessons to Minecraft Marketplace. We've also been working with some amazing educators on a new series about diversity and inclusion coming this fall.
Hi, Minecraft Live.
I'm Kenneth Shelton, and along with my fellow educators, Felisa Ford and Natasha Rochelle, we've been building a series of Minecraft lessons that will help people explore topics of social justice, equity, identity, and tolerance. The first of these lessons is called Good Trouble, and it's based on the life and philosophy of Congressman and civil rights activist John Lewis. The additional lessons continue teaching about social justice from across the world and through time, from Black Lives Matter to Malala's quest in Pakistan to achieve equal education for girls, to the civil rights movement of 1960s America, to the women's suffragette movement, and more. We can't wait to share these important lessons with the Minecraft community.
I'm looking forward to playing through the Good Trouble lessons myself. Together with the Minecraft community, we commemorated Juneteenth with contributions to the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, Equal Justice Initiative, and the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. We're proud to continue supporting organizations that fight for equity and equality in the world by making an additional donation today to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. This brings our 2020 contributions to over $2 million. Beyond this, we continue to look within our company, our products, and ourselves for how we can help create a more inclusive world.
Uy, yep. ¿A qué nos dice nuestro buen señor?
Now it's time for a brand new segment of our show. You may have missed our next guest during the Minecraft update segment, but not to worry. You're about to get some dedicated time with the one and only Jeb. Hello.
El bueno, de verdad.
Thank you very much.
It was very different not having you in the Minecraft update section.
Yes.
Camisetas de juego otro, ¿no?
It's a little bit different this year since we always want the ones that are actually working on the features of the games to be the ones to get to talk about them, because we feel that it gets more genuine in that way.
So what are you working on then?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No,
of course, I still spend a lot of time with Vanilla and Agnes and the team.
Me preguntado, ¿y qué trabajas tú? ¿Qué haces tú? Y se ha puesto nervioso, ¿eh?
All our games, and like the board games, and try to support our developers and designers to capture the Minecraft feeling.
Además, este es el jefe ya, o sea, este organizará un poco, ¿no? Y la apoyará que necesita.
Quite an easy job. But to help.
El señor se la ha ganado, desde luego.
Help everyone, both in Stockholm and in Redmond. I wrote a book, a Minecraft game design book.
Are you trying to sell that to everyone in the audience watching?
No, this is only for Mojang Studios employees. It contains a lot of secrets. But it was helpful when the team grew to kind of explain my thoughts and ideas about Minecraft. And for Vanilla in particular, there are some guiding principles that are going to help us continue updating the game for many years to come.
But you did decide to share some today, so people can kind of see what's in the Jeb game design book.
Absolutely. So one of these guiding principles is it maybe sounds obvious, but that is it's always.
Pues mira, pues ayer querías un cerdo y me salió un creeper de mierda.
You place one block, you remove one block, you pull one lever, and you trigger one TNT, and of course that causes a big explosion. But at the core, the interaction is always one block at a time, and it's not only important for the way you play the game, but it's also if you're playing together with someone. Let's say you're building a house or something, then I will be able to observe what you're doing and quickly understand where you're going, and then I can help you, and every block counts. If you would just copy paste or make templates and such, then it would be a little bit harder to collaborate. And also Minecraft is a lot about the journey to create your massive castle or whatever. But so it's important to retain that feeling.
And you have another principle, but it applies pretty directly to a community question that we have.
你会加入更多天气或者自然灾害到我的世界中吗？像是暴风雪或者是大雾天气。
Molaría.
我的世界的中国玩家大家好，感谢你的提问。
Loco, por favor.
Wow, yes.
Yes, the Chinese community inspired me to try to take on a new language, but I have a long way to go, honestly. But about the question, if we're going to add things like natural disasters, that kind of contradicts one of our other guiding principles, that bad things happen, but they're technically the player's fault.
Okay, they're the player's fault.
Yes, in the sense that it was either caused by a player, like a griefer or summoning the wither, or a player was nearby, such as when a creeper explodes. So whenever something bad happens, we want to make sure that the players are either actively taking part of that or have a way to prevent it from happening. And an earthquake or a tornado would obviously destroy something that you've spent hours building.
But there's definitely a few I can think of that maybe fall outside of this principle.
There are still a few cases, like Endermen can grab a block and maybe wreck up some redstone, or you can have an unlucky wolf running into your sheep garden. But there's also, the worst thing is, of course, lightning strikes that can set your whole house on fire. But I'm hoping that Agnes and the team may have a plan for that.
Exciting. So what's the last feature you
La
were
tiraba,
active in developing?
Ha dicho que se encargan ellos.
Yes,
Tomen por culo.
the last feature I did was the netherite feature. I thought that was a very important part of the nether update and wanted to help where I can. But
Ya he dicho, venga, prueba vosotros.
I don't want to, since I'm working with so many different projects now, I don't want to do something halfways and then kind of leave it to the team to fix my bugs. So I try to be a little bit hands-off. But recently I've, of course, also been working a little bit on making combat test snapshots.
That leads us to another community question.
Hey, I'm Dan TDM, and I would love to know what kind of combat mechanic changes are being made to Minecraft Java Edition.
Yes, and that's an excellent question. We currently have a problem that on the two different editions of the game, there are different combat mechanics or combat systems, and that's bad both for us as designers that have to take both systems into account, but also bad for the community that wants to have the same experience. So the main objective is to reach parity. But I still want to make sure that we make a system that is kind of fits with the building and that doesn't distract too much from building, but still gives us this depth that allows us to design interesting behaviors. Also, I want to make sure that it works both good in both player versus environment. That means adventuring and players versus player. And I want to make sure that it feels good playing both with mouse and keyboard. And when you're on a controller, you don't get tired by frequently pressing the trigger. And we also want to improve touch, like the touch experience. So it's a lot to do.
But you said you weren't working on feature development. But
yeah, it's
you
true.
are working on combat?
Yes, I mean, of course, it's a little bit hard to keep your hand out of the feature cookie jar. But in this case, I also felt that this was an area where I could help the team, so they could focus on doing the content updates. But at some point in the future, I will, of course, dump this on the team.
Okay, so exactly what you said you don't want to do.
Yes, and they will have to carry it over the finish line. Yes.
Nice. Now, speaking of combat, we just had a really cool announcement about Alex and Steve coming to Super Smash Brothers.
Yes, and that is so amazing. And just like I said, like my job gets easier because everyone's so talented. And just in this case, Sakurai-san and his team they really understand Minecraft and have made an absolutely amazing Super Smash Brothers fighter.
And Sakurai has also made a really amazing video for all of us in the community.
マインクラフトライブをご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。大乱闘スマッシュブラザーズディレクター、空の桜井正宏です。スマブラにマインクラフトのダウンロードコンテンツが導入されます。スティーブやアレックスが参戦することが決定し、マインクラフトライブ前に特別放送をお届けしたのですが、見ていただけたでしょうか。もしまだの方はぜひご覧ください。スマブラであることを忘れるぐらい、マインクラフトのスピンオフとしても相当にすごい踏み込んだ表現を行っています。
Parece totalmente el Minecraft,
もう少しだけお時間いただきます。スティーブがマリオと戦う。アレックスがピカチュウと戦う。ゾンビやエンダーマンをアクションゲームで操作できる。リンクやカービィやソニックやロックマンやクラウドやリュウなど有名キャラクターとの共演が楽しめます。そして私も、マインクラフトファンの一人です。マインクラフトライブでの発表を楽しみにしています。それでは。
That was a really big secret to keep.
Yes, and it was a really hard secret to keep even in the studio because it was super secret. But it has been so much fun to work on.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the community reaction.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna switch gears here.
Se ha quedado todo el mundo flipando.
You have a sort of famous saying within the office, which is the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. And why do you think that?
Yeah, I suppose the quote has kind of gotten a life of its own.
It definitely has.
But yes, I think Minecraft unleashes people's creativity and helps them collaborate, but also teaches them things like geometry, languages, and maths. So yes, I do think that the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. But I know that you also are very engaged in building a better world.
You're interviewing me now, Jens. Thanks. I mean, I think I feel so privileged to work on Minecraft because of all the amazing things that people do with it, from Education Edition, and something I'm extremely passionate about is Block by Block, which is our partnership with UN Habitat, and it's really helping people reimagine their public space and then have it built.
Okay.
I love this place. It's such a nice area, but it has not always been like this.
Well, before, the area felt very cold and unsafe.
Basically, it was just an abandoned place.
Block by Block is a program created by Mojang and UN Habitat where we use Minecraft to help community members redesign their neighborhoods. Kosovo has been impacted by years of conflict, and in those situations, we often see communities divided and public spaces neglected.
It was a really cool project because even the little kids like me could help out with make the city a better place.
They got to use Minecraft to sketch and try different solutions about how the space could be improved.
It was very fun because you felt like to be able to help the city while just playing.
After that, the ideas were presented to local architects and city planners, and later that year, construction started.
No es mola, pasa un diseño.
It's been 5 years
luego los arquitectos dicen, pues esto lo interpretan y lo aplican, ¿no? Está bien.
Since then has become more developed and it is now more frequented than before. It seemed kind of unbelievable that this was made with Minecraft.
So seeing my own idea as a kid, changing the whole area in my city, it was very special to me.
Más o menos.
It's unbelievable that we were able to make reality what was once only an idea in our computer screen.
Finally, decision makers have changed their perspective because maybe they realize that we can make a change.
In a democracy, you want the people who live in that community to be asked about what's going to happen in that community. So this is a perfect example. The community was asked, the community decided, the community designed, and the community is using it.
I'm probably going to be like really happy and be like, hey friends, I made this. I walk here almost every day, and every time I see it, and I see a lot of people spending time here, it's a very gratifying feeling. I just hope it will become real as soon as possible. So the reaction of the community was great, and to me it was a great feeling which I'll never forget.
I came up with a skate park idea and some trees surrounding the park.
It is possible to change the world and make your dreams come true.
Está pintado entero ya esto.
It felt like I was being heard, and being heard and listened to is one of the
Y
best
eso también,
feelings
está
you
todo
can feel.
pintado ya.
I actually was able to go to Kosovo at the start of that project, and it's just amazing to see the transformation using Minecraft.
No se parecen nada a los mundos del Minecraft que estamos enseñando.
It's amazing, yes.
Jens, you must have seen a lot of amazing things because you're about to hit your 10-year anniversary at Mojang Studios in like 2 or 3 months.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, it has been an amazing journey these 10 years, and I have had so much fun working on Minecraft. But of course, I'm also a Minecraft player, and we're all like with the community. And in the end, it's really the players and the community that gives everything its purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. And from myself as part of the community, I just want to say, like, thank you for the 10 years and all that you've done for Minecraft. It's made a huge difference in my life and I think many people watching right now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jens. Last year at Live, we announced the Nether update. Maybe since then you've been wondering about what it would be like to attend a Nether ballet. Wonder no more. Our friends at Element Animation will dance us through all the new Nether features.
Tan pesado, con la audacia del Nether. Podrían hablar ya de la nueva, ¿no? Estaría bien. Se hablan más, que han dicho 4 cosas, pero me supongo que no son esas 4 cosas, ¿no? A lo mejor no la tienen todavía. Yo creo que sí la tienen más o menos hecha, ¿no? ¿O qué?
The results of the first round of voting are in. The round which determined which mob's dreams
Obviamente va a ganar la vaquita, ¿no?
with no hope of making it into the final round. And it was intense. But sadly, let's all say a fond farewell to the poor Moo Bloom.
¿Qué dice, loco?
Then forget it ever existed, because it's time to vote again.
¿Por qué?
We are now down
Si este es
to the
feísimo.
Isolager and the Glow Squid.
Por
And in
favor.
the first round,
Qué horror, ¿eh?
they were quite close. I'm quite interested to see where the voters of the Moo Bloom will go. If you missed the first round of voting, make sure you get in on this
Total, pues que
It
metan al
determines
calamardo este,
which
¿no?
one of these
Este es
two
feísimo.
makes it into Minecraft. I know who I'll be voting for. The final voting poll is live now. This is your chance to have a say in what goes into Minecraft. So don't leave yourself out. Log into Twitter and go vote.
¿Cuánto dura esto?
Hello, I'm Quinn, head of the Marketplace Partner Program, and I'm joined by 2 of my favorite people. How about you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Fanny. I'm a developer on the Creator Systems team, and what we do is create tools for our creator community. And some of them are very visible, and we're going to talk about them later. Some others are more behind the scenes, and that help our creators make content that is more efficient and reliable, like the schedule command that is coming out soon.
Yep. I'm Jason. I'm a developer in the engine team, and we've been responsible for a lot of the modding type capabilities that have come to Bedrock over the last couple of years.
That's super cool. So your teams help make creator tools for all of our incredible marketplace partners all around the world to help make content for you.
Bueno.
From Piki Studios here in Aotearoa, a team of 3 making content for the Marketplace and Minecraft Education Edition.
and I run a small studio based in California. We create lots of marketplace content, and I've been making tutorials for the last 7 years to teach others how to make their own Minecraft skins.
Magandang umaga, Minecraft Live! My name is Mark from Kubo Studios, and we are 15 working here in the Philippines.
Hi, I'm Tian from Evergreen Games, and we are 38 people working here in England.
Hi, Minecraft Live, this is Lizcraft, and we hope you like our stuff on the marketplace.
Hey everyone, I cannot believe I'm part of Minecraft Live this year. My name is Yasser, aka StarkTMA from MC Texels, and we are super excited about the new updates.
Merci.
Oi, Minecraft Live. Eu sou o Gabriel, diretor da Irium Studios, e a gente tem cerca de 5 participantes na nossa equipe. Somos todos brasileiros.
De Españita, hay alguno de Españita.
I'm Vicky, also known as Geeky Pixels from NetherPixel Studios, and I get to spend my days making content and working with awesome people.
Como mola eso, ¿no?
Hey, I'm Warren from Minecraft, and we are 20 people working here in Israel. Shalom.
Yeah, sí, pero no sale.
And the best part is all these features can be used by all creators. So what do you have to show us today?
Yeah, so for the last couple of years, we've been doing a lot of work with the entities in the game. So this time, we've doubled down and gotten it so that we focused on items and blocks. So as part of that, I made a custom crop to kind of show off a lot of the capabilities. So over the summer, everyone at Mojang Studios was given tomato seeds to try and grow a tomato plant at home. So I thought that was kind of the perfect inspiration to go make a crop. So you can interact, you can place the seeds, use the crops. See, they're kind of growing. We got a couple of them getting to the flower stage. Got a few now that I can actually go pick. So in this case, I've made them work like the sweet berry bush, where you can just right-click on them. But I think tomatoes taste disgusting, so I thought it was better to make them as something you can throw. So Conan and I had some fun. We were throwing them around. It's harmless, or sort of harmless.
Como que los tomates saben mal, por favor, señor.
It was
¿Qué le pasa?
mostly by accident. But tomatoes will actually rot on the vine as well, and if they rot for too long, you get a little rotten tomato monster that can spawn from it. So I'm gonna fight him off here. But yeah, he throws rotten tomatoes. They don't fly as far as a regular tomato, but they knock you back a lot more. But kind of based off all this stuff, I think tomatoes maybe aren't the best idea. So I'm gonna get rid of all my plants and never grow them again.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one.
So all these healthy.
It's true, they are pretty healthy. So with all of these new custom crops, creators can go and make some really cool kind of like farming style maps.
Oh, definitely. So like, I think crops are a great example of showing off how they all can kind of come together, because you get the items that you can get there. Normally you would eat the item, but or you can make projectiles. But they also have the ability to get events that are fired from things like a tick event. So as that event is fired, you can make the block run through multiple stages of growth, and eventually get to the point where like you can choose like what loot spawns at various stages of growth and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool how you could like interact with them like a normal berry bush, but then get the tomato out.
Yeah, it's just another it's an interactive event that you can key into.
Yeah, and then there's a tomato monster there at the end too.
Yeah, I call him Tomo.
Little Tomo, it's so cute. It's not even scary, but yeah, it's an example of what you can do with them combining events and commands. That's one of the features that our creators have requested for so long, just having commands to be able to run them when something happens. So now, instead of also in addition to doing it with actors, you can also do it with blocks and items. In this case, as the flower is rotting, you can disappear that crop and also summon a tomato monster, a tomo monster.
Yes. Well, that's really cool because like I can totally see creators like using all of those combinations of features to make some like really cool like adventurous maps.
Yeah. Like, for example, the little adventure that we can show you where we were going to the desert and then we found this mysterious golden skull and also an equally mysterious pedestal in the middle of the desert. So we decided to place our golden skull over there and see what happened. And yes, we have a mountain that is hollow. And as the brave warriors that we are, we went exploring. And obviously, we found some creepy monsters inside. Luckily, we have our trusty custom sword to fight them off. I'm not sure if we even survived that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very safe.
No, not at all.
But that pedestal, I know that's one of the most requested features, block models.
Yeah, so I've been super excited that we finally be able to get block models in. It's something we've been wanting to do for years, and we were finally able to work on them and get them in. So we got it working with using the same formats that we've been using for the entities, so the same tools that people have been using to build custom mobs, they can use to build the blocks with.
Oh, that's cool. So you don't even have to like learn a new skill. You can just continue.
It's almost identical.
That's awesome. And then I noticed on the hotbar with the golden skull, there was like a little red triangle. What was that?
Yes, it's a new feature that we're calling item lock. I don't know if you found yourself sometimes just going through some content and you have this special item and then you die and you lose it, or maybe you drop it accidentally. Now we've made it so that creators can actually lock something on your inventory so that when you die or you press Q, it won't go away. That way you don't lose your mysterious golden skull to unlock the next stage.
It's so nice.
I was going to say, that makes it super easy because I've definitely been in an adventure map and I lost the key on accident. And then I had to go
Minecraft de consola y todo esto, ¿no?
O sea, and then when you place the skull, there was a lot going on in the background.
Like there's 3 features to talk about right there. The first one is
we wanted
to give more power to creators with cameras. And this one is just a small one where we just shake the screen. I don't know if you noticed that one. And then you can help players convey something like there's an earthquake going on, or maybe something is about to fall over you. So you can do that with this new tool.
Or dinosaurs.
Or dinosaurs.
Get a dinosaur steps.
Yes. The second one that we noticed there is structures. You can now place them using commands, whereas before you had to be using a structure block, which is more complicated and time-consuming. Now you can do it much more easily. And as part of those commands, you can now animate the structure placement. For those that know this, like the mountain was opening and that was just a structure animating. We provide a couple of effects. One is just like a 3D printing animation and the other one is layer by layer. And yeah, you can combine them to just achieve very cool effects.
Yeah, I can see like creators, using those to add just another level of polish to their world.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And then I recognize those scorpions.
Yeah, well, the desert theme, it felt appropriate to bring them back. They've always been one of my personal favorite custom mobs that I've ever built.
Yeah, but after watching that video for so long, I ended up having a nightmare about having to rescue my mom from some aliens riding scorpions. It was creepy.
I'm sorry, that was not the intention.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, speaking of aliens, I know our team put together a really cool sci-fi parkour map that, they made you run through, Jason.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they knew this when they asked me to run through it, but I'm pretty awful at parkour. So it took a few tries to get a clean run through. But at the beginning here, it's a pretty typical sort of parkour map of running and jumping. But we definitely have some twists and here's kind of the first one of, even I know I can't make that jump. So let's see what's in the chest. And we got a Sliminator. So I'm pretty sure you know what to do here. So now, hopefully, I will jump and be able to clear this gap. And please, yes. Make it up. So to get teleported to the next section. And see what next obstacle we have. So now I know the chests have useful things in them. So we got a Blockinator, and we'll throw that across and get a little platform. Now I can make this jump. Even I can make that jump. And we got the hot dog, or the cyber dog. Float up, but it poisoned me, so I needed to use the antidote to rescue me there. Make it across and get through here. Now we got a wall in the way, so let's see what tool we have to get through the wall. This one, and insta presto, and get through here. Keep going along. This should be our last obstacle here, but I can see the teleport pad, but I can't quite get to it. But that shaft up above looks promising, along with the ladder. So let's go up, see what gets here. Fall down, and block breaks. I can get to the teleporter. And Fanny's already there.
You made
of course. Yeah, finally.
Wow, that's super
86
cool.
times.
I love the
That's
just
pretty
the
good.
aesthetic of that too as well, like all the art and things. So those teleport blocks.
¿Cómo se va a morir
those seem
86
like a really
veces?
cool way
Por
to add
favor.
like another level
Sí,
of
no se lo cree
immersion
nadie,
to
compañero.
the worlds you're creating.
Yeah, with data-driven items and blocks, we get so many new events that you can act on. Like, for example, in the case of the teleporters, you can step on it, and then an event will trigger, and you can react in so many ways. You can add particles, or in this case, for example, you run a series of commands that just teleport you to the next area.
That's awesome. And I love the Slaminator, the Blockinator, and the Magic Wand. I've never seen items do that before.
Yeah, so that's another example of how combining the same tools you can achieve so many different effects. For example, the Sliminator was just using the event and the and the fill command, right, to replace the blocks at the bottom with the slimes. Then the next one, we have the wand, and that one is just replacing blocks with air. And then we also had the Blockinator, which allowed you to walk by placing some blocks, replacing air with blocks. So just by combining events and the same command in different ways, you achieve so many cool effects.
Yeah, so it's just small little simple things you can combine in lots of different ways
Mhm.
Yeah.
and get a wide variety of results.
And even that Blockinator allowed you to make that jump.
Yes.
And then I also saw that there was messing with mob effects too as well.
Yeah, so we've had an example of custom food in there, but in addition to just satisfying hunger like a food normally does, you can add and remove mob effects. So we had the Cyber Dog that gave 3 effects, the levitation, nausea, and poison. And then we had the antidote that would actually only remove 2 of them. So unlike a bucket of milk that removes all mob effects, you can make things that remove very specific things.
Yeah, and it seemed like you got, after you use that, or after you use the magic wand to get to that wall, it seemed like you were stuck, but there was something else that was going on there.
Oh yeah, so there is the block that was in my way. So we made it so that another one of these events, similar to the on step on, is we also have an on fall on. So in this case, it was just an on fall on, and you can set what distance you want the event to trigger. So you have to fall at least 10 blocks or something like that. And when you land on it, we then break the block, similar to what the tomato plant and other things that we saw earlier.
Yeah, and it seemed like it took you quite a few tries to make it through, but Fanny was able to do it first try.
Pero esto es para el juego normal, esto es para...
Yeah. And one new feature that we have is that on raw text, you'll be able to show the names of the players that are of interest at that moment, and also show scores. Like in this case, we were tracking how many times Mayor was dying.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for coming on to the stage and talking a little bit about these creator tools and new features that are coming out. And with these new
Pues sí,
features,
creo que es para el
there's
juego
going to be a
normal.
pretty
Pues mola
amazing
también.
new thing coming out later this year for all Minecraft players.
Para quien haga mapa y tal, y parkours.
Remember, GDL will not be held responsible in the event of a likely death.
Okay.
Your descent will begin in 3, 2, 1.
Una carrera de litras. Creo que es para el juego de...
We know you've waited a
La consola.
long time for this
El
update,
Bedrock, ¿no?
and if you thought the first set of features for the caves were awesome, it's time for even more awesomeness. Agnes and Nir from the Vanilla Minecraft gameplay team are here to tell us what else is coming to the Caves and the Cliffs update. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Venga, va, a ver qué
How
dice.
does it feel?
It's so amazing. It's so awesome to finally be able to share that with everyone.
Yes, it feels great, and we have, looked a bit at tweets
Otra vez,
during the
compañera.
break, and
We have some more tweets.
we have more tweets.
Yes.
Wireless redstone.
Oh
of
yeah,
course.
yes. There will be so many cool things you can build with that, and the warden. It's
Mira,
amazing
Bichi, este
to feel
queda-
the excitement.
So cool.
Juego de canguele, ¿no?
Nir, you recently joined the Mojang Studios team.
Yes, I joined this year, but honestly, I'm not completely sure how that happened, and not just joining Mojang. I'm not really sure how I'm here in Minecraft Live, because just last year I was home glued to the stream. I had to know what the next thing is coming to Minecraft, and today it's not only that I get to share that, it's I got to work on some of those things, so it's fairly incredible. But yeah, I've been developing games for a few years now, and more recently I've actually worked with this non-profit organization called Games for Peace, which is an amazing organization which basically uses games to promote peace. Like he takes kids from areas of conflict all around the world and sits them down to play Minecraft. And sometimes it's kids that don't even share a language, so they can't talk. So Minecraft is the language they share. Minecraft is what helps them connect and get to know each other and creates friendships, right? And it was amazing being
Vaya.
part of that.
It's so cool. I mean, sometimes I feel like, oh, I know all the amazing things that are happening with Minecraft, and then you described that to Agnes and I, and we both were like, we've never heard that, and it's so cool.
It's so beautiful.
Amazing.
Absolutely
It's
beautiful. So in this update, you've been
Hola.
really looking at like filling out the caves even more.
Yes, so there are even more things to show. And in the things we showed so far, it's a lot about like improving the journey underground, but of course we also want to add like new things to find, like new resources. And one of them are crystals.
Wow, cristalito. Jaboda, pero jaboda gigante, ¿no? Esto que... Vaya sonidito que me da.
They're so beautiful.
Yes, that the moment you turn the corner and you see that glowing thing, that's so it's
Está un
just
poco fea, en
incredible.
verdad, pero bueno.
Atmosphere in the crystal geode, it's like mystical. Yeah, they're so pretty. And we were thinking a lot about like what is the purpose for crystals in Minecraft. And one thing is like they should have a use, and we will talk more about one of the
Menos mal.
uses soon. But the other thing is a lot
Que han
about
pensado algo
adding a lot
lógico.
to the experience of exploring. And we want them to be quite rare, so when you find them, it's really gonna be like magical, because they're just beautiful. And you know, when you walk on the crystals, you hear these sounds.
Yeah, it's just, we talked before about the pillar of underground of Marvel. And I feel they're just the perfect feature for that sort of pillar, right?
But you can't just take them with you.
Right, so you can break the crystal plant we saw in the video, but they actually grow from a very special block. And that block is unobtainable. It's sort of like you think about spawners, right? You cannot just take it and put it in your base. It makes you go and build farms all around your world. And that also encourages you to create tunnels between them and find out ways of transferring those items from place to place. And I just love those sort of features that really encourage other gameplay in the game.
As an explorer myself, I'm very excited about finding all of these. And you mentioned a usefulness to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, from those crystal plants, you get crystal shards items, and you can actually use them to craft a telescope.
Telescopio. Va a ver la estrellita. Pero bueno. Esto no es un telescopio, eso es un... No me acuerdo el nombre. Lo que tiene Jack Sparrow.
That is amazing.
El catalejo, ¿no? O algo así.
It's such a useful item. Super cool. And
Bueno, en inglés a lo mejor se llama telescopio.
yes, you use the crystal shards to craft them, but you also need something more, and that's also a new thing that we added.
Madre mía. Madre mía. Los jajas. Los jujus.
It's copper!
That's amazing.
Yes.
Perfect.
It's new ore. And you saw the copper ore in the video.
Poco
And
feo
a
también.
very interesting thing with the copper ore is that it generates in a different way. So normal ores often generate like an ore blob, But copper is different. So imagine that you are out mining and you see copper ore. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna mine the copper. And then you see some stone. It's like, they look a bit different. So you continue to mine. And then you find another copper ore. And you probably go like, okay, I think I found a copper vein. So we're actually adding ore veins to Minecraft. And like, they really add so much to mining. It gets so interesting because it's kind of like following a trace when you mine. And they tie so well to the pillar we have about adding strategy to mining.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you've personally wanted copper in the game since you start, maybe before you started?
Yeah.
You mentioned it once or twice.
Well, maybe a few times. But yes, so I think I got inspired by the pretty copper roofs in Stockholm, and they are all green because we have so many like old buildings here, and we've actually added that mechanic to Minecraft as well.
Ahora meter aluminio.
You know, if you place a copper block, it will first be orange, but after a while, a pretty long time, it will turn green.
Meter plomo y meter plata y ya está.
Because it actually adds history.
Y ya tenéis lo que estaban haciendo los mods hasta ahora.
For example, if you have a really old Minecraft world, then you can see on like a house and like, oh, the roof turned all green, and then you know that that house has been there for a really long time.
Uy. Oh. Eso mola. Que me ahogo. Se va oxidando en el cobre. Lo que pasa es que si tú quieres algo naranja y luego se vuelve verde.
And copper won't only be used for the telescope. You actually have another really cool thing that you'll be able to craft with it.
Yeah. So Jens talked a bit before about these design principles that we have in Minecraft. And one of them is that if something bad happens, the player either caused it or it has a way to sort of avoid it. And one of those exceptions, for example, is lightning striking.
Mía,
some
tarda
people
poco, ¿no?
like to build wooden roofs in Minecraft. Some even build wall roofs.
Looking at me,
Might.
it's not at all like the grandest castle in my realm actually has a roof fully built of wool.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No,
but
we did get some fires.
yeah, so to try to help the players with that, we are introducing the lightning rod.
Wow, unexpected. Con cobre, ¿no? ¿Por qué con cobre? Y no con hierro. Para darle un uso al cobre, ¿no? Pero qué loco. A ver cuánto tardan los modders en hacer que eso de energía.
That is very useful for all the
Poquísimo, seguro.
out there.
Yeah, I think this is a problem that happened to a lot of our players. Even personally, I had this peaceful game that I played with my partner, and it wasn't peaceful. And we went out and we were like looking at animals, collecting a few animals to our base, and we came back and our house was gone. And I was quite confused because I consider myself to be someone who knows a bit about Minecraft, and there are no creepers, there are no endermen. So what happened? We figured that probably a lightning strike hit and burned down the house.
Claro, y ha dicho por nada. Pues esto no me gusta.
Because we were not prepared for this.
Adelante.
So I think this lightning rod is really going to help with that.
Yeah, now you don't have to worry about that problem.
Pues se la ha hecho para él, nada más. Ha dicho, esto no me gusta.
Lightning rods everywhere on my wool roof.
Good.
Will be perfect.
Good.
Now, you've introduced a lot of things already, and players already have a lot of trouble with their inventory and the amount of items, but you have an idea for that.
Yes. So, as you know, we keep adding new blocks and new items all the time, and that do create a bit of an inventory problem. And we're aware of that, and we have actually been thinking quite a lot how we can solve it, because we want to have like a good gameplay solution, we want it to be balanced. And we actually have an item in this update that will be really helpful, and it's the bundles.
¿Lo cual? Madre mía, mochila están vendiendo. Todo feo, además, porque todo lo que hacen nuevo feo. No entiendo. Loco. Qué mochilas más raras. Pero si solo cabe un stack. Ah, vale, puedes meter varias cosas. Bueno, está bien, mola. Una mochilita,
Bundles.
Son pequeñas, pero bueno.
Yeah, this is awesome. It's such an elegant solution as well, and I love it. I think we spend a lot of time talking about the inventory problem, and I think one of the biggest takeaways there was that this is not actually one problem. It's constructed from a lot of sub-problems. For example, hotbar management is one problem. Getting a lot of blocks for your huge build somewhere, that's like something the shulkers help with. But I think there is a third sub-problems where every time you leave your base to go exploring somewhere, your inventory keeps getting full of junk. Like, this lot just has 2 flowers. This lot has just 1 seed, right? And I think the bundles are really going to help with that problem.
Yes. So the thing with
Está
the
bien, está
bundle
bien.
is that you can place many
Mola.
different kinds of items in one bundle. So many different kinds of items in one inventory slot. So for
Pero ¿y para
example, I
sacarlo
can
tienes
take
que sacarlo
2
entero?
flowers and 1
Con la
seed
mierda que
and put
lleva.
them in one
Eso es
bundle.
una puta basura,
That's great.
And you can kind of use them like presents too.
Oh yes, I'm so excited about seeing what players do them in like shopping district, right? You can have the bundle of the day, which has a bunch of things with it, or you can have secret bundles where you have 3 of them in a chest, but you get a random one. I think it's really gonna be cool.
Yes, and for example, if your friend has a birthday, you can put like your prettiest item in the bundle because it looks like a gift wrapper, and then you can give it to your friend.
Feo,
So
cabrona.
cool. We've talked so much today on the like really
Feísimo.
game design side, but how do you work on the art side?
Todo lo nuevo que están
Actually,
haciendo
we have a very
feísimo,
close
¿no? Tío?
collaboration with the art team, and it's great.
Cabrona. Del equipo de arte, que es feo. Bueno, el bichillo ese, todo lo demás. Bueno, y las cámaras. Todos los objetos y los bloques son feos, cabrón.
Send everything to the 3D artist that it's gonna model it and animate it to make it alive.
My job is to bring sketches to life and make them move in 3D space. To work with a game that has such a special look, it's amazing. It's a challenge, it's fun, it's sometimes frustrating, but it's very rewarding. I love it.
I make the pixel art of the block, and usually when I create a block texture for a new rock type, it's going to be a lot. Like, I'm going to make 50 iterations of one block because I want to make it right. Every block is like a building block for people's imagination, right? So I try to like pour a lot of love in each block to make sure that people can create what they want.
So I think my favorite thing about the Minecraft look is that it's very unexpected, very unconventional, and that's where like the special comes from.
Minecraft in terms of game art is special because it has such a unique look and it's very restricted. It has to be 3D pixel art and we can only work within those boundaries. So we have to like think inside the box but also outside the box. I've been working on this exciting
La droga no te
mob.
sienta bien, amigo.
This new mob will be the cutest predator ever existed in Minecraft.
This update is incredible. Like, people have been waiting for this
Pero
for
bueno,
so
con
long,
los spoilers.
and we're finally gonna do it.
I hope that the community is really, really happy about it. I hope they have a lot of new stuff to play with, and I hope
Toma.
that they're excited to see some
La taza al
concepts
Minecraft.
as well.
It's so lovely when you can think about all of the different jobs within game development. I love seeing the artists and developers, and we all, like across the show, there's so many different types of roles that people have.
Yeah, and it's really awesome to interact with all those roles and have a lot of a back and forth. We're very open in Mojang and getting ideas from all over the place, and specifically working with the art team is amazing as well. You sort of throw one idea to the air and he draws something and you're like, oh, what is that white thing in your drawing? I didn't even think about it, and it starts so many awesome ideas going. And we even integrated into our prototype process, and actually I think until I saw those sketches by the art team, I didn't really understand what archaeology in Minecraft even means.
Archaeology?
Yes, so we're actually adding a new system called the archaeology system.
Por favor.
In this system, you're basically going to find these excavation sites all throughout your world. And you can make this new tool called the brush that is going to help you uncover the mysteries of all these dig sites. So you come to one of these ancient structures and you can sort of use the brush to clear away some of the rubble that may have collapsed in those structures.
Okay.
And sometimes you might even find something shiny inside them. But, and this is important, if you are not careful enough, like in real life, you can destroy that artifact. And when that artifact is gone, that artifact and all the secrets it held are gone forever. But if you're careful enough, if you take your time and you're deliberate, you can get some of those hidden artifacts. And for example, here we got a ceramic shard, which is basically how whoever lived here used to tell and pass on their stories.
I love the story sides of the archaeology. Because we often talk about that we want to deepen the mystery in Minecraft. And when you find these hidden artifacts, you kind of find like connections and hints. And we will never tell the full story, but these will inspire the players to tell their own stories about their own Minecraft worlds.
No queda esmeralda, pero
I
bueno.
think it's going to be really exciting to see what players do with them. For example, here we see
¿Esto para qué
an
sirve?
exhibition that someone built for this.
Para
where he can
coleccionarlo, ya está.
compare all the different clues he finds, right, and try to preserve whatever was down here. And he can compare what we found with whatever new thing and sort of try to connect the pieces, right? And here we see those pieces connected in a clay pot, actually trying to reconstruct them back. And you can create that however you like. You can create your own stories or try to guess how those pieces used to connect.
Yeah. It's also so fun to be very creative with these new pots because you can put the shards in any way you want.
Exactly, and when you're pleased with your creation, you can fire them up and you have your own painted clay pot.
It's pretty.
Un poco feo también.
Is this programmer art still?
El jarrón
The
este,
art we're
pero bueno.
seeing is still work in progress, but I personally
Es que es
like
todo
the
feo, de
design.
verdad.
It's cute.
Yeah, it didn't say programmer art isn't pretty.
Yeah, you know, the problem is the artists are way too good.
Yeah.
They just make us look bad. I don't know.
Archaeology is amazing. I mean, the excavation site is so incredible.
I'm so excited about this. I've spent a lot of time about it, and I actually got to do a lot of awesome conversations with actual archaeologists from all around the world, and it's been. Honestly, I sort of feel like I got so passionate about it myself that their passion sort of stuck to me, and it was so amazing to learn more about this, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here.
And you have a dev diary coming out on our YouTube channel where you kind of explore all of the archaeology even more.
Yeah, it's honestly really, really exciting. So I had so much fun with this, and I learned so much that I decided that it can't stop with me. So we're going to do a dev diary when we're actually going to talk to those archaeologists. And actually, we might even get to visit some interesting locations.
That is amazing. Well, it feels very sad, but we're almost out of time. But we've been hinting at a new mob, like over the course of the show, like 3 or 4 times. So are you going to tell us about it now, please?
Yes, now we're going to tell you. It's the cutest predator you will ever meet.
Vicioso rosa. Uy, madre mía, el sonido. ¿Qué le pasa al sonido? Está mal, ¿no? Está chungo, está malito. Oh, madre mía, son los bichillos estos tacucos. Hola. Oh, se está gordo, ¿no? Son todos así. Son de distintos colores. Buena.
I feel like there's only one
Buen
sound
nombre.
I can make after seeing that, which is like...
It's so adorable. The axolotls.
How did you decide on axolotls?
So, when we add a new mob to Minecraft, we really wanted to have like its own unique character. We wanted to have purpose. And it's also a very good thing if it happens to be ugly cute. And the axolotl is perfect. It has all of these things. Well, I guess on the ugly cuteness, it might be quite a big emphasis on the cute side, but still. And we actually had a brainstorm in the team. So we were like, okay, we're gonna add goats, but we want to add another animal. And then one of the developers posted like a big
Mola,
picture
mola.
of an axolotl. And we all went like, yes.
Yes, this right now.
It's like the definition of ugly cute. It's like made for Minecraft.
Perfect.
No, hombre, que esto
And
mono.
then we also found out that
Feo.
axolotls are endangered in the real world, and we think it's good to add endangered animals to Minecraft to create awareness around that. So that's also a good thing.
Like with the bees.
Yes, like with the bees last year, for example. But yeah, so the axolotls, as you saw in the video, they live in the lush caves and they really add a lot of life to the lush caves. And there's also a bucket of axolotls.
Mm.
Look at that.
Buena.
Look, I know. That is just so cute. I don't know how to handle it, but it's so cute. So when you're walking around in the lush caves and you see some axolotls, then you can actually scoop them up in your bucket and take them with you. So maybe you build like a pretty aquarium for them in your base, or maybe you bring them to your ocean adventure.
Ay, por favor, la silla. Oh, pero bueno. ¿Qué hacen? ¿Te ayudan? ¿Atacan o algo? ¿O qué? Sí, mola. Tienen tu ejército ahí, personaje, ¿qué cojones? Como si fuesen perrillos
And
acuáticos.
now I see why you're calling them the cutest predator you'll ever meet.
Exactly. So when you scoop them up in a bucket, you can actually create your own axolotl army, basically, and charge into the oceans with them, and they will help you fight various. Well, they'll attack cute fish as well, but they'll help you fight the drowns and the guardians, and they're actually quite useful when fighting guardians because they have this special ability that whenever they take damage, they sort of play dead. And when they're playing dead, no mob will actually attack them. So they have this time to regen back help and then jump back into the fight together with you. And if you learn how to cooperate with them really well, they might even heal you during the battle.
That is so
¿Cómo
cool.
que?
But
¿Te
okay,
curan?
so you added these two mobs that are like as different as possible with the warden and the axolotl.
Yes. So this update is actually a lot about contrast, which is great because it creates like a dramatic player experience, which is so good.
Mola,
so
mola.
we're
Está
like
guapo.
updating
Las
the
cabritas
highest
también.
heights of Minecraft with the mountains. We're updating like the deepest of the caves. We have this terrifying warden, the cutest axolotl, and also in the caves, like the lush caves are very light and welcoming, and then the deep dark is like super scary and challenging.
I guess
Lots
we
of
can't
fun.
forget our little goat in there.
Oh.
It's kind of the in
La cabrilla.
between.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget the goat. I guess it's in between. It is still very cute, but in between. No one can be as cute as the axolotl.
No, I don't think so. Before we tell everyone the winner of the mob vote, let's take a look back at some of the exciting things that we've talked about today.
Vale. Ay, un segundo, que han llamado a la puerta. Ya ni abrí. Toma. Todo feo. Las cosas estas. Y el cobre también, todo feo. Y el bloque del cobre también está feo. Por favor. Esto mola, que se oxide mola. Esto es para el juego normal, vale, vale. El super parkour. Toma. Toma, ¿o no?
Before we get to our mob vote, I think there's one more question people are really gonna want to know. When are we gonna get the caves and the cliffs update?
Ahí se
It's a good
abona.
question. So we plan to release it summer 2021, and this actually is really good. As I mentioned in the beginning of the show, we really want to have a lot of time to work together with the community to like gather feedback, see all the great ideas, because the community always have so many good ideas. So it feels good that we now have a lot of time to actually work together on this update.
Amazing. And the community decided on a new mob that will enter the game. So which one of you
Wow, que
gets
sea
to
el
do the
calamar que el
honors
otro, esto
today?
feo.
I think
Al
Tiny
menos el calamar.
Agnes has been a bit mean this year.
Me lo meto en la
so I think
pecera y
you
muero.
should open it, Nick. You should announce the winner. Yes.
Todo grande el
Can I
sobre.
look first?
You're gonna know before everyone else.
It's the glow squid!
Está bien.
Wow.
I guess everyone was mesmerized by the glow squid, not just the tiny ones.
No,
I
wow.
was really not expecting that. That is so awesome.
Yes, like
Yo
I
creo que
didn't
a veces la
expect it at
vaquita,
all,
pero
but
no han
it's great,
estado.
and glow squids will look so cool in the caves.
Esto
like,
cute,
the
la
atmosphere.
vaquita.
This update
Yes.
so well.
Like it will be. Imagine it's
Pues sí, la verdad
all
que
dark
sí.
in the
Eso
caves,
sí.
and then you see the glow squids swimming around. It will be so good.
Beautiful. Can they be
En las
friends with
cuevas estas con agua y
axolotls?
tal, quedará de puta madre.
The axolotls are predators, so I'm not sure.
The axolotls might actually attack them.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We'll see, we'll see. I'll talk to them.
Think about it.
Yes.
We have committed to a lot of things, so I think we need to get work on
to go to
all of the things that we've shown in the show. For all of you
Está el gato ahí
watching,
tirando cosas.
Minecraft wouldn't be what it is today without all of you. From all of us at Mojang Studios, thank you so much. Bye.
Bueno, me ha gustado. Añaden cositas chulas. Muy bien, muy bien. Me esperaba más mierda, la verdad. ¿Qué pasa? Tiembla esto. Ya está, ¿no? Ya no hay nada más. Perfecto, pues bueno, pues está muy bien. Me ha gustado, me ha gustado. Bueno, me tengo que ir. Que hay gente en casa. Ale. Adiós.